what she doing, what she playing. Everybody playing cool, it's the coolest of the ghouls. Strong will end, a lot of ambition, can't see through them like apparitions. Determined to bring only the best, get in the way, be her guest. Riri the ghosty girl, steals your body, steals the show. Klutzy and a little forgetful, but meeting her is unforgettable. She's a scream queen that can scare the soul, but guides all wandering souls back home. Give your mind, body, all the more to Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. Just a normal day or so we thought. Suddenly lost control, now you're caught. What is going on? Well, can't you see? You're under the control of Riri. The friendly neighborhood ghost is here to check in on all the lovely souls under her possession, hoping to give herself a taste of what it's like to be not as clumsy. The ghosty girl, her ghosty game, what she doing, what she playing. Everybody playing cool, it's the coolest of the ghouls. Strong will end, a lot of ambition, can't see through them like apparitions. Determined to bring only the best, get in the way, be her guest. Riri the ghosty girl, steals your body, steals the show. Klutzy and a little forgetful, but meeting her is unforgettable. She's a scream queen that can scare the soul, but guides all wandering souls back home. Give your mind, body, all the more to Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. Just a normal day or so we thought. Suddenly lost control, now you're caught. What is going on? Well, can't you see? You're under the control of Riri. The friendly neighborhood ghost is here to check in on all the lovely souls under her possession, hoping to give herself a taste of what it's like to be not as clumsy. The ghosty girl, her ghosty game, what she doing, what she playing. Everybody playing cool, it's the coolest of the ghouls. Strong will end, a lot of ambition, can't see through them like apparitions. Determined to bring only the best, get in the way, be her guest. Riri the ghosty girl, steals your body, steals the show. Klutzy and a little forgetful, but meeting her is unforgettable. She's a scream queen that can scare the soul, but guides all wandering souls back home. Give your mind, body, all the more to Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. Just a normal day or so we thought. Suddenly lost control, now you're caught. What is going on? Well, can't you see? You're under the control of Riri. The friendly neighborhood ghost is here to check in on all the lovely souls under her possession, hoping to give herself a taste of what it's like to be not as clumsy. The ghosty girl, her ghosty game, what she doing, what she playing. Everybody playing cool, it's the coolest of the ghouls. Strong will end, a lot of ambition, can't see through them like apparitions. Determined to bring only the best, get in the way, be her guest. Riri the ghosty girl, steals your body, steals the show. Klutzy and a little forgetful, but meeting her is unforgettable. She's a scream queen that can scare the soul, but guides all wandering souls back home. Give your mind, body, all the more to Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. Just a normal day or so we thought. Suddenly lost control, now you're caught. What is going on? Well, can't you see? You're under the control of Riri. The friendly neighborhood ghost is here to check in on all the lovely souls under her possession, hoping to give herself a taste of what it's like to be not as clumsy. The ghosty girl who goes to game. What she doing, what she playing. Everybody play cool, it's the coolest of the ghouls. Strong will end, a lot of ambition. Can't see through them like apparitions. Determined to bring only the best. Get in the way, be her guest. Riri the ghosty girl steals your body, steals the show. Klutzy and a little forgetful, but meeting her is unforgettable. She's a scream queen that can scare the soul, but guides all wandering souls back home. Give your mind, body, all and more to Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. Just a normal day or so we thought. Suddenly lost control, now you're caught. What is going on? Well, can't you see? You're under the control of Riri. The friendly neighborhood ghost is here to check in on all the lovely souls under her possession, hoping to give herself a taste of what it's like to be not as clumsy. The ghosty girl who goes to game. What she doing, what she playing. Everybody play cool, it's the coolest of the ghouls. Strong will end, a lot of ambition. Can't see through them like apparitions. Determined to bring only the best. Get in the way, be her guest. Riri the ghosty girl steals your body, steals the show. Klutzy and a little forgetful, but meeting her is unforgettable. She's a scream queen that can scare the soul, but guides all wandering souls back home. Give your mind, body, all and more to Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. Just a normal day or so we thought. Suddenly lost control, now you're caught. What is going on? Well, can't you see? You're under the control of Riri. The friendly neighborhood ghost is here to check in on all the lovely souls under her possession, hoping to give herself a taste of what it's like to be not as clumsy. The ghosty girl who goes to game. What she doing, what she playing. Everybody play cool, it's the coolest of the ghouls. Strong will end, a lot of ambition. Can't see through them like apparitions. Determined to bring only the best. Get in the way, be her guest. Riri the ghosty girl steals your body, steals the show. Klutzy and a little forgetful, but meeting her is unforgettable. She's a scream queen that can scare the soul, but guides all wandering souls back home. Give your mind, body, all and more to Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. Just a normal day or so we thought. Suddenly lost control, now you're caught. What is going on? Well, can't you see? You're under the control of Riri. The friendly neighborhood ghost is here to check in on all the lovely souls under her possession, hoping to give herself a taste of what it's like to be not as clumsy. The ghosty girl who goes to game, what she doing, what she playing. Everybody playing cool, it's the coolest of the ghouls. Strong will end, a lot of ambition, can't see through them like apparitions. Determined to bring only the best, get in the way, be her guest. Riri the ghosty girl steals your body, steals the show. Klutzy and a little forgetful, but meeting her is unforgettable. She's a scream queen that can scare the soul, but guides all wandering souls back home. Give your mind, body, all and more to Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. Just a normal day or so we thought, suddenly lost control, now you're caught. What is going on? Well, can't you see? You're under the control of Riri. The friendly neighborhood ghost is here to check in on all the lovely souls under her possession, hoping to give herself a taste of what it's like to be not as clumsy. The ghosty girl who goes to game, what she doing, what she playing. Everybody playing cool, it's the coolest of the ghouls. Strong will end, a lot of ambition, can't see through them like apparitions. Determined to bring only the best, get in the way, be her guest. Riri the ghosty girl steals your body, steals the show. Klutzy and a little forgetful, but meeting her is unforgettable. She's a scream queen that can scare the soul, but guides all wandering souls back home. Give your mind, body, all and more to Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. Just a normal day or so we thought, suddenly lost control, now you're caught. What is going on? Well, can't you see? You're under the control of Riri. The friendly neighborhood ghost is here to check in on all the lovely souls under her possession, hoping to give herself a taste of what it's like to be not as clumsy. The ghosty girl who goes to game, what she doing, what she playing. Everybody playing cool, it's the coolest of the ghouls. Strong will end, a lot of ambition, can't see through them like apparitions. Determined to bring only the best, get in the way, be her guest. Riri the ghosty girl steals your body, steals the show. Klutzy and a little forgetful, but meeting her is unforgettable. She's a scream queen that can scare the soul, but guides all wandering souls back home. Give your mind, body, all and more to Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. Just a normal day or so we thought, suddenly lost control, now you're caught. What is going on? Well, can't you see? You're under the control of Riri. The friendly neighborhood ghost is here to check in on all the lovely souls under her possession, hoping to give herself a taste of what it's like to be not as clumsy. The Ghosty girl who goes to game. What she doing, what she playing? Everybody playing cool, it's the coolest of the ghouls. Strong will end, a lot of ambition. Can't see through them like apparitions. Determined to bring only the best. Get in the way, be her guest. Riri the ghosty girl steals your body, steals the show. Klutzy and a little forgetful, but meeting her is unforgettable. She's a scream queen that can scare the soul, but guides all wandering souls back home. Give your mind, body, all the more to Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. Just a normal day or so we thought. Suddenly lost control, now you're caught. What is going on? Well, can't you see? You're under the control of Riri, the friendly neighborhood ghost here to check in on all the lovely souls under her possession, hoping to give herself a taste of what it's like to be not as clumsy. The ghosty girl who goes to game. What she doing, what she playing? Everybody playing cool, it's the coolest of the ghouls. Strong will end, a lot of ambition. Can't see through them like apparitions. Determined to bring only the best. Get in the way, be her guest. Riri the ghosty girl steals your body, steals the show. Klutzy and a little forgetful, but meeting her is unforgettable. She's a scream queen that can scare the soul, but guides all wandering souls back home. Give your mind, body, all the more to Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. Just a normal day or so we thought. Suddenly lost control, now you're caught. What is going on? Well, can't you see? You're under the control of Riri, the friendly neighborhood ghost here to check in on all the lovely souls under her possession.
Just letting you guys know I'm here. Boo, did I scare you? Sorry, give me a second. I know it's been a little bit long of a waiting room, but I had to run downstairs and get water. So scared, so scary. So scary, ooh. Sorry guys, hold on, I'll be there in just a second. Just 1 second. Ja, 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 ja. Oh my god, it's so tiny. That's not. Oh my god, why is it so small? Hold on. Hi guys, how are you? Hello. How is everybody? Okay, we're good. Happy Thursday. I'm sorry about how long the little intro screen was. I had to run downstairs to get some water, and then while I was getting some water, you know, my parents were asking some questions, and then I had to get Yuki up here because I was switching the cats out, and like it was a whole thing. And then for whatever reason came over me, I decided to get some Hershey Kisses from my mom's stash. So I got some Hershey Kisses. Why the fuck isn't my stream covered? Hold on, now we gotta troubleshoot. But let me say hello to everybody, and also thank you Hebo for the raid and everyone that came over from Hebo's raid. I'm so sorry I missed you guys. So welcome in. Thank you Heba, I love you. I hope you went to get food. Also thank you for the resub. Also dying. Everything's falling apart. Oh, we're fine. I just like accidentally couldn't stream anything until like the end half of this week, so I feel a little bit out of touch, you know what I mean? Eva and Evil, thank you guys so much for the resubs. Okay, DD, welcome back home. Thank you for your support. I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, Evil Town, thank you for being the first sub. And Final Fantasy, I love that name. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Ghosty gang. I don't think I missed anybody on YouTube, but hi guys, welcome in. Hello Creaminess, hello Crafting Gamer, hi Brandon, Zara, Lion, Evil, Hancho, Lycan, Lux, Blafner, On, Masters, Heba, Cidibi, Meowty, Steve, Saber, Prince, Dida, Sheb. Hello everybody. I hope you're having a good day. Let me try to just like re-plug this in really quick because it's not working and I don't know why.
Steals your body, steals the show. Klutzy and a little forgetful, but meeting her is unforgettable. She's a scream queen that can scare the soul, but guides all wandering souls back home. Give your mind, body, all the more to Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl. Just a normal day or so we thought. Suddenly lost control.
Well, it's definitely getting power. But why isn't it? Other technology? I'm like at my wit's end of technology these days. How is everybody though? While I troubleshoot this. How is everybody doing?
Not as clumsy. The ghosty girl who goes to game. What she doing, what she playing. Everybody playing cool.
It's really weird.
Strong will end, a lot of ambition. Can't see through them like apparitions. Determined to bring only the best.
What have I been up to? I've just been working. I had a lot of manager duties to do this week. I helped test the panel that Glitchstars is doing on Sunday. So if anyone's going to Offkai, please go to all of the talents meet and greets. Go to the panel that's being hosted. Go to the booth and buy all the merch and go give them your support. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there. So please go give them love in my seed. Also, thank you for the sip, Hancho. Okay, where is... Okay, maybe I need to end that task and then it'll work. My stream deck isn't like working. It's definitely getting power, but when I open the app, it's like not connecting, which is really annoying. I need it so that I can press the clip button. Dang it! Okay, let me try one more thing before we like actually swap over to watch videos. Day off, it's been going by too fast. Do you have to work the weekend or only Friday? Hi, Xian, how are you?
Scream queen that can scare the soul, but guides all wandering souls back home. Give your mind, body, all the more to Riri the ghosty girl. I said it's Riri the ghosty girl.
Okay, this will require more tech than I'm willing to attempt. So I will try to connect it to a different USB, and if that doesn't work, then oh well, we're gonna run wild and free.
day or so we thought. Suddenly lost control, now you're caught. What is going on? Well, can't you see? You're under the control of YuureiRiri, the friendly neighborhood ghost here to check in.
That's weird. It's all of a sudden not working when it's plugged into my... Well, okay. At least I have it here. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. You know how it is. Everything will be set up working fine, completely, and then you start streaming and everything is like on amok, so. The dogs of Warhammer 40k? The dogs? Whoa, 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 hold on a second. Some dogs, Fernando? Your friend pulled Sephiroth in the new... Oh my god, yeah. Magic new set. I forgot.
The ghosty girl. I said it's the ghosty girl. I said it's the ghost.
Hold on. Let me pull that up just so I remember it, you know? For later. Okay. Total Mate.
Suddenly lost control, now you're caught. What is going on? Well, can't you see? You're under the control of YuureiRiri, the friendly neighborhood ghost here to check in on all the lovely souls under her.
I need to
hoping to give herself a taste
pull that up now. Okay. I don't want to forget. Hello, Hopeless. How are you? I really want to open what's it called? I really want to open MTG packs. I want to like get into Magic again. But also, I know the Elistral's thing is gonna start soon, right? What is wrong with this nail of mine? I'm gonna have to fix my nail. A little too bendy and I don't know why. Adeptus Ridiculous. Let me see. Oh, Dogs of Warhammer? That's amazing. Maybe that's what I'll watch next time. Dogs of Warhammer? Wow. That's actually incredible. Oh, it's crazy because I haven't watched any new episodes. Like, all of the episodes I've seen are OG. And the like, updated set and stuff? Wow. Okay. Let me add this to my React playlist so I don't forget it. Okay. Play Magic Arena and get... I did play Magic Arena one time on stream, but I was kind of overwhelmed. It's kind of a messy looking platform compared to like MTGO, which also was not easy to use, just less messy looking. I don't know. I was confused. I was a little overwhelmed. We opened a bunch of free packs and then I stream ended. I know. I don't know how Yu-Gi-Oh's client is so good. I'm hoping the Elistral's whatever it is, like open beta or whatever, is gonna start soon because I really want to check that game out and I don't know anything about it. You're off today? Aw, congrats. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Happy Juneteenth. I unfortunately was not off, which seems criminal considering I live in Texas. Also, Hovey. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Ghosty Gang. But yeah, basically, for anyone that's like out of the US or maybe out of Texas and doesn't know about Juneteenth, it's basically it commemorates the end of slavery in the US. So I think the Declaration or like the final like message or whatever got delivered in Galveston, which is just outside of Houston, on June 19th. It was like the final, oh, here we go, the final enforcement of the Emancipation Proclamation. Yeah. So it was like the official end, like they finally got the last notice. Anyway, so that's why a lot of Americans are off today. It's a federal holiday. Yeah. I would love to go maybe when it's on a weekend, or if I'm off like at a different company next year, because I had it off at my previous company, I believe. But I would love to go since I'm so close. I'd love to go to like the OG celebration in Galveston. I think that'd be really cool. There's like a big parade and stuff, but how fitting getting a day off on the day of slavery abolishment. That's so true. I didn't even think about it that way. But yeah, it's like the June 19th, whatever year it was, the when the notification and like enforcement arrived in Galveston and signified the official end of slavery. Everyone found out at that point or something like that. I need to look into it again. I did like a long time ago whenever it's like I was getting older and realized the importance of it, but my brain is fried and I forget a lot of the details now. But the tutorial in Arena is too long. That's fair. I feel like we played it just to get a hold of the like the actual platform, but I don't remember. It would be fun though to like make a deck or something in Arena, or just open packs. I can just open magic packs. I'm fine with that. D-Die, thank you so much for the resub. Okay, Didi, welcome home. Wait, you subscribe for... Wait, did you subscribe for 2 months in a row? No, this is your set. Okay, sorry. I feel like I'm literally having an aneurysm. Thank you for the 2 months. Okay, Didi, welcome back home. Oh my god, my brain is mush, but I'm trying so hard to not like really have caffeine. So forgive me for my brain has sinned. I feel like I have so much to update you guys on and so little at the same time. So I think it's best if we just go to the watching. So I have, oh, fuck, I don't know what the volume's at right now. Oh no. I have 2 to 3 videos for us to watch. I don't know if we'll watch all of them, if I'll only watch 2 of them. But basically, we have the Sisters of Silence. There weren't too many videos about them, and they were all like decently around the same length. So I figured Adric was probably the best one to start with. Plus, I've seen their videos, we've watched their videos. I really enjoy Adric and their banter. So we're gonna watch that one, and then actually instead of watching another video about Sisters of Silence, I saw this video from Wes Hammer, which I don't think we've watched any Wes Hammer on stream, but it's a video about him talking about the most powerful sister of battle, which I know is not a Sister of Silence. I know they're different, but you know, women in STEM or something. And I thought that this would be a good one to watch too, because I'm really curious about who Ephrael Stern was. Yeah. And then this other video popped across my feed, and we might just watch it even though it has nothing to do with Warhammer. We'll see how I'm feeling after these 2 videos and if my brain is like poo-poo yet or not. But there is this video that popped up that someone posted about Nemu VT, a VTuber, a Spanish VTuber. And like, I guess, I don't know anything about this, but it sounds like it was a huge incident. I remember hearing the name, but I don't actually know what happened. And yeah, I don't know. It sounded interesting and dramatic, and I'm trying to be more educated about VTubers as a VTuber, as someone that literally works for a VTuber corporation part-time. I still have a day job, but still, I was like, I should probably know about shit that's happening. So I thought that that might be interesting and kind of fun for us to end our stream on. A little drama. It's also a brand new video. So I thought we'd all get a chance to watch it together probably. But the F.L. Stern one, it was a big... Yeah, I don't know much about, like... I know about EN VTubers and I know about JP VTubers, but I don't know much outside of the realm of that. So, yeah. Yeah, Saber. Long story short, the reason I don't know a lot about VTubers anymore is because a couple years ago I kind of like had a community of VTubers. A lot of that has disbanded in the past like 2 years, and I just found myself kind of sticking my head in the sand. Like, instead of looking for more people to network with and make friends with and, you know, try to do collabs with and stuff, I just got kind of sad about the whole thing. And I just like stopped trying to find new people to collab with and make friends with and like exist in a sphere with. And then on the same side of the coin, I really don't have a lot of time to just sit around and watch streamers anymore. So I'd say a good like 3 years ago, or whenever it's probably been longer than that now, but whenever Hollow Lives, the group that like Fauna is in, whenever that group debuted is about the time that I stopped watching large VTubers. So like any big corpos, like anyone in Niji, anyone in Hollow, any like VShoujo, anything. Yeah, that's around the time period I'd say that I stopped watching anyone large. Which I don't think is a good habit to have, but it was like, oh, I don't have much time. So if I'm gonna watch people, I'm gonna watch people that I might be interested in networking with and like becoming friends with, or, you know, doing a collab with, or things like that. So I just completely stopped watching them and paying attention to the big VTubers, and only started paying attention to like smaller ones, which I also think is like, you know, ideally, you know what's going on in the sphere. No matter the size, you should know what's trending with large VTubers, but you should also be networking. I just don't have the time for that. So, oh, I will say the exciting thing though is I'm gonna work with an editor. So on YouTube, all my YouTube besties over there, in the next coming weeks, I will start having a couple of my VODs turned into actual proper videos on YouTube. So, yeah, if this VOD gets privated on YouTube because I want to turn it into an actual video, then that's why. But I've never paid an editor before. I've always done things on my own, so I'm really excited to have like proper videos. So I hope that you guys will support that on YouTube for me. Oh my god, you guys are hearing and not seeing Human's clip. The clips are always broken. Hey Human, how are you? Thank you for the raid. Are you about to go to bed? Are you running to bed? But yeah, thanks for the raid. Anyone that does not know me, I'm YuureiRiri. You can call me Riri. I'm a variety screamer. And today we are watching some mostly Warhammer lore videos, because I've been deep diving into Warhammer lore and I want to watch some videos this week. So yeah, have a good sleep, Human. Have a good sleep. You don't think you've seen me do a collab? The last collab was a while ago. I need to push myself to ask for collabs like at least once a month. I used to collab all the time. I had a community. Like I would collab with Leah. I'd collab with our friends Hakana Sushi. I collabed with some VTubers that aren't around anymore. Heba and I have collabed. I saw Heba pop back in here. Heba and I have collabed before. So I really need to push myself to plan collabs again, because they're fun and I know the community likes to see them, and it's a good way to find new streamers. Maybe like you're my community member, but maybe you don't know Heba, and it's a good way to like introduce you to her. So yeah, Heba, you and I need to collab on something again. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, oh, I need to find something to play with Heba. I miss Heba. So yeah, I love you too. I hope you must have been off for Juneteenth, so I hope you enjoyed your day off. Manager DBD collab. Yeah, I would enjoy that too, because I introduced him to DBD and she got low-key obsessed with it for a minute, and I have not played it since I played with her, but I'll have to play with her, do something again. I fell off the earth. Nah, you just became only available on the weekends, so but yeah, so it's a good point about collabs. It's something that I forget about and I kind of stop putting energy into, but I'm gonna work on it. And if there's anyone that you guys think that I would get along with, or you think we would have fun playing a certain game together or whatever, even if I don't know them, feel free to, drop their info over to me in Discord. If you tell me in stream right now, I promise I'm not gonna remember. I will not remember. But if you think there's someone that I know that it would be a good collab with, or someone I don't and you think we'd get along, like, just give me their info in Discord and I'll check them out. DBD win? Who knows? October. Hey Aegis, how are you? But yeah, okay, anyway. Let's check out these Sisters of Silence. I'm very excited. Tell her right now so I can take credit. I might be biased and recommend my Oshis. Yeah, I've been I don't want to overstep any boundaries. So I've been avoiding, at least with the talents that I specifically manage, I don't really want to ask them for a collab because I'm their manager, And it's like, we probably would have never talked if I wasn't their manager. So it feels, I always struggle with like taking advantage of relationships or situations, and not even like taking advantage of like it's a bad thing, but taking advantage of like, oh, I'm lucky to have this opportunity. Because let's be honest, let's be so fucking for real. Like Mogu would have never talked to me. She wouldn't have known who I was if not for being her manager. Nova would have never known me or offered to teach me Vanguard. Actually, she didn't really offer. I asked her, but she technically offered because she said, if anyone wants to learn, just let me know. And I said, hey Bessie, I want to learn. But like, she wouldn't have if not for the fact that I was friends with Leah. So like, yeah, go to sleep, woman. So a lot of it's just about who you know, and it gives you like credibility and ins to people. One of my best friends is like a pretty good sized content creator and like IRL friend, and I'm like, I don't want to take advantage of relationships with people, and that's hard. Anyway, will I do a collab to react to Warhammer 40k in the future? I don't know how a react collab would do. If there was like, maybe, because isn't there like a movie or something? Maybe that would be a good type of collab react. I did think about learning to play the game and trying to play the game on tabletop with someone, but I don't know, are the games really long? So I don't know. But in regards to collabs, before we start the video, thank you, Human, I appreciate it. Like, I was friends with a lot of the other girls before I became a manager. Leah, Miwa, Maple, Mochi. And so it's not that I won't ask them. It's just that now that I am a manager in the company, I don't know. I don't want to like make anyone uncomfortable. So kill team. Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know. Collab with Bricky. I don't have the kind of clout to collab with Bricky. I love that that's like the second or third time someone has said that. But I think I need more clout than I have to do that. Plus, I don't even know what you would do. Unless he was doing some sort of game show. Because like I did collab with Dual Logs a really long time ago. Probably like 2 years ago. If not longer. It was like a game show about Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I didn't know shit about Yu-Gi-Oh! And, you know. Anyway. Okay. Adric, let's go. Let's do this. I'm ready. Let me test volume first, actually. When they start talking, I'm gonna check the volume. Because I don't know if they're talking will be a good volume or not.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Adeptus Ridiculous podcast. My name is DK. My co-host is Bricky. He knows all the Warhammer stuff, and he's going to teach us all the Warhammer 40k stuff. I guess I should have... Anyway, so, if you enjoyed today's podcast, head over to patreon.com/Adeptus Ridiculous. We have a lot of great things for you there. Stuff like HD posters, access to the Discord, bloopers if they happen. The HD poster is the Bone Zone, which is a very nice looking Necron female. They do exist. It's canon. Necron females are canon. So patreon.com/Adeptus
That art is
Ridiculous.
so cute.
Bricky, book club, merch, any other happenings?
Book club, read yourself Brutal Cunning. That'll probably be out at the end of this week, give or take. Maybe early next week. Regardless,
Book club would be fun.
I've started it myself. I wanted to read it all at the end. It's pretty good. Pretty
Trans
good
Necrons?
so far.
Oh,
Love
really?
The accents, always
That's
good
cool.
about the
We
Mets,
love
baby.
inclusivity.
But you know
the
what?
Mets,
It's
baby.
also it's about the merch, baby. It's about the merch. Orchidate.com. Check out the description. We got hoodies. We got Adeptus Ridiculous t-shirts in black and white. What's that? A legally distinct Mechanicus shirt with legally distinct
Wow.
binary that might mean something. Put it in a binary code. Find out yourself. And
That's so funny.
an orc, I'm a tank shirt and a
I'm
hoodie.
a
Oh
tank,
my
I'm a
god,
tank,
say it
I'm a
ain't so,
tank.
DK. Say
Hell
it
yeah,
ain't
I'm a
so.
tank.
It ain't so.
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
That's an old meme that even I get.
That is an old...
I don't
You're such
get
a
it.
boomer. Making
I
that
know.
reference? Whoa, what are you, like 80 years old?
I'm gonna drink my prune juice. It'll make me reroll
Warhammer
ones.
3? Okay,
Oh.
gamer.
All right. Okay, so we're boomers. We're boomers.
That's a joke.
Is it boomers because of all the Monster too? Is Monster a boomer energy drink? Wait, no, for real. Are Monsters like boomer energy drinks? Do the kids these days not drink Monsters? To be fair, I don't drink Monster. If I have an energy drink, my energy drink of choice is a Lonnie Nil. But I'll have a Monster or a Red Bull. Kids drink Prime? Really? Damn. Monster, you gotta step it up. You gotta rebrand to be cool with the kids, I guess. My dad loves Monster. Okay, that might be fair.
Joke me and the dice check boys always make was like, damn, girl, is that ass reroll ones?
Huh?
Okay.
It's good. Don't worry about it. It works out.
I don't get it.
It sounded funny. It gave me a chuckle, even though I don't quite know about re-rolling ones.
And
I'm actually with DK. I don't know what it meant, but it sounded funny. Monster's one of the oldest. Monster and Red Bull, right? They gotta be OGs.
in 40k, very often you'll get rules that let you reroll your ones.
Okay.
Like well, let's say you got a captain of a Space Marine Legion, and if he's next to like a squad, the squad gets to reroll ones when they shoot because like they have a leader there.
Oh, that's very handy.
Yes, there's a lot of things like that, and so damn DK, does that ass reroll ones?
Okay. Thank you for explaining the joke. Made it less funny the second time.
My ass rerolls.
Yeah, but
ones.
then it's just like when
I
we
think.
started doing Among Us references, it was never funny, but if you force it hard enough, it becomes funny. Normally it doesn't, but you go into popularity, humor, too much humor on Facebook gets annoying, and then humor
Right.
again for irony's sake. We're in irony's sake. We've gone too far.
The word sus has been ruined forever.
It's so annoying because I was using sus
these
before
things, we're gonna
Among Us.
Suss them out, suss that person out. And it used to be very, not use that often. Now everybody's just fucking.
Yeah.
You go to Wendy's and like, oh, that person's sus behind the counter. It's like, it's making a fucking hamburger, dude.
Who the fuck is going to Wendy's and going to the counter
I
and
agree
being
with
like, the chef is sus. Who the fuck does?
Oh my
I
god.
bet you
does
people
that?
people in California, I bet you people in California and Florida do it.
All right,
Oh my
DK, I'm gonna give you a quote, and I want you to see if you can decipher what our topic will be about via this quote.
Okay.
All right. As a child on Gehenna, I remember the stories of the White Maidens, terrifying ghosts that would come in the night to steal away the witchborn and children who had done terrible wrongs. It was said that they could find the wicked no matter how deep in the hive they sank or to what forgotten spire they climbed. As I grew, I came to believe such things were no mere superstition. But now that I am an officer of the Great Crusade, bloodied upon the battlefields of a score of worlds, I have come to find that my childhood fears were true and quite valid. The Memoirs of the Lieutenant Colonel Gundren Sue, 227th Gehenna Rifles.
Oh, and I'm supposed to figure out what we're talking about.
Yeah, I would
after
have
that,
never
huh?
guessed.
There's a couple little tidbit clues in there.
Now, if you're not savvy to 40K, would you be able to justifiably pick out what this was supposed to be?
Absolutely not.
Oh, well, fuck me, dude. Like,
DK, don't pretend like you're not savvy. You know probably more than some of our audience at this point.
Yeah, right.
well, you have done quite a good job with the podcast and teaching me. Maybe it's, I mean, I heard stuff about hives and ghosts. Like, a part of me almost wants to say it's some sort of, like, specific tyrannid?
Stories of white maidens to steal away the witchborn and children.
Is it a sister's thing?
Yes. Close.
Is it a specific chapter of Sisters?
All right, I'm gonna give up at this point. Well, for one, DK, the chapters are Space Marines. Sisters have orders. And
Okay.
no, we're doing the Sisters of Silence.
Ooh, okay. They're the ones that make everybody uneasy, right? Or they make people with psychers
Blank
or uneasy
jeans.
around them.
Blank jeans, pariahs, etc. The Sisters of Silence.
Okay.
The unfortunate, like, redheaded stepchild of GW's work, because they're really cool and
Redheaded
interesting, and they get no
stepchild.
love anywhere and ever.
Oh man.
And it makes
That's
me
unfortunate.
sad.
There's a lot of stuff like that just is very cool. Everyone loves it, and then it gets just no love. Like the Eldar.
The art looks cool. Yeah, I agree.
But-
Well,
Fuck
they
else.
don't get any mini love.
That's
the
true.
Sisters of Silence, like, so we talked about the Sisters of Silence a bit ago in our Custodians episode, because they work with the Custodians very, very often. So, of course, they're actually in the Codex at the current moment. You can run Sisters with them. And I believe that they are actually getting, I mean, they're going to be like folded in with the new Custodian Codex, which is actually the next Codex coming out.
Oh shit! Nice.
Custodians and Gene Stealer Cults is next. And then in January is Tau.
Ooh, let's go
so-
Tau. The
boy.
8. Come on,
Yes.
make the Farside Enclave great. I
I'm
almost said
scared.
again. I was like, oh no, I shouldn't go down that.
Make Tau great again.
Yeah.
Actually,
like,
don't though,
ooh.
because when Tau are good, it's a very bad time. But
Just
anyway,
the Farside Enclave. I just want the 8 to be good, and I want everybody to roll the anime weeb trope.
I'm okay with that.
I want everyone to run the
I'm-
7 Samurai Tau, or the 8 Samurai Tau, as it were.
I guess the Seven Samurai is
This
really
part's
a weeb
lost
trope.
on me.
It's just like a, you know what? This is Tau. We're talking about sisters.
Sister, you wish Sisters of Silence got more love? Everybody but Space Marines and Guard are the redheaded stepchild. I can see that. Sales dictate the amount of any given lore. But how can sales improve if you don't give it to us? You know what I mean? Eldar are more weeb. Farside Enclave. Farside Enclave. Oh, multiple people like whoever that is. Oh.
Sisters of Silence. Yes, this is a faction. It's like a semi-faction that really doesn't get any love from GW in terms of minis. Their minis are fine, but they're a bit old. They don't have any special characters except for a duo character with another custodian based on a book. They're really and they're honestly not that great right now in terms of characters, but I like to run them because I think they're fluffy and interesting and a lot of fun.
They're fluffy. I just imagined like just this really like this sister that's in like a big, oh no, I was about to say fursuit, but like
a big coat.
Yeah, big coat, big fluffy coat. Because the picture that Shy has like that one pauldron with all like the fur on, and I was like, oh, she just wants a hug. She's so fluffy.
I do really like that art.
You'd be surprised that she probably does want a hug. I think the Sisters of Silence are a little depressed. But anyway, so let's talk about them. So the Sisters of Silence are working under how's this pronounced? The Astra Telepathica.
Wow.
They're a branch of it in particular. And the thing about them is that they're really secretive. They're like some of the most secretive, but I think I say that about like everything. The Grey Knights are super secretive. The Dark Angels act secretive. But this one, there's quite a way to kind of keep them quiet. Because the Sisters of Silence are not really a known force, so to speak. Like, I don't think the public knows they exist.
Well, the public doesn't know a lot exists, to be fair, right? They're not really kept in the loop. They don't know Tyranids exist, right? And they never see Space Marines ever, so.
But they know that the Space Marines exist. It's the Emperor's Holy Warriors. I think they know that Custodians exist. Because they're like, it's the main guard of the Emperor, but it's just they'll almost never see one, right? Because they're only on Terra and all that. But we don't know how many Sisters of Silence there are. Like we don't have a number or anything. Like they are very, very quiet. And honestly, at the same time, they might actually just see the Sister of Silence and probably mistake them for a Sister of Battle because like
that's true.
Lady with culture. Yeah.
Although, so a Sister of Silence makes, is it just Psychers that are uneasy around a blank?
Yeah, it's everybody, but Psychers get it worse. They get it like 10 times.
So if a normal person was in, say, the presence of a Sister of Silence, they would probably know because they'd feel really uneasy and like weird and wonky.
But they don't know what a blank is. They don't know what like a pariah is.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
A soulless being. They don't really understand that. It's not public knowledge.
Right, right.
Wait, what's a blank? I'm confused. Having a blank gene is not fun. You want to see Yuri, it'll be trash or sweet. Yeah, no in between. Having even an estimate of a number of total units in 40k is a rarity. Oh, really? Blanks are very rare. 1 or 2 are born out of 10 billion. A being with no soul. Someone who has no connection to the warp whatsoever. No presence in the warp. No soul. People with anti-magic ability. So they feel unnerving to be around. Huh. So, because they have no soul, they have no presence in the warp. Anti-magic people. They suppress the warp around them. Okay. And so the Sisters of Silence are all blanks?
But for these girls, like, we don't know how many there are. We don't know where they're operating. They're very secretive, but they're based on Terra and also on the moon. And the whole concept of them...
Killed on sight!
The Silence is a multifaceted concept. Both because the Silence is the thought process of the lack of a soul, because they're all blanks, untouchables, pariahs, whatever the word you want to use. They are a body without a soul in the warp. And so the whole concept of like the fundamental wrongness of their body, like being near them, it's like looking at a painting that is just, it's like Uncanny Valley. It's just not, it's like looking at Hitler's paintings. You know, it's just because he was really bad at drawing faces and painting like people, and it's just like it's not right. something about it is weird. I don't like being near it. It feels off. It's like having trypophobia and seeing like the holes and stuff.
Yeah.
Imagery
You're just like, I
redacted.
don't know why that's bugging me, but I can't look at it.
Yeah, it's like
Okay,
if you
okay.
have that and you look at like it's like a honeycomb or like a beehive with all the little holes and all the little larvae wiggling around, and that's unsettling even if you don't have it actually.
Yeah, it's really nasty, but it creates that feeling. Now the amount of like lack of soul can actually increase and decrease. There are some sisters that have a stronger like anathema feeling to them. Particularly one of the head is a girl named Janicia Kroll. Janicia Kroll is was known as the Soulless Queen or the Witch Bane. She was the
cool name.
Yeah,
the
the
Soulless
witch,
Queen is
the
fucking
soulless
dope.
queen,
That's so
the
metal.
witch bane. Pretty cool.
She was the knight. What's it called the knight commander or the vigil commander. She was the big main sister of Silence, and apparently her anathema was like laughably powerful. Like she would stroll through a room, and then like Space Marines would have to look away. Like obviously they wouldn't make much of a tell, but they would just kind of like turn their head,
just kind
like,
of
not
tilt
look at
a little
her.
bit.
A little big.
Because
Shy
just
posted a picture of her, and she definitely looks like she would step on me.
she'd step on you. If you were a witch, she'd step on you with the sword.
She's like, if you were a Space Marine, she'd probably step on you, and you'd be like, "Thank you, come again."
Thank you, come again.
Yeah,
It's like
right.
Apu and fucking Simpsons.
Right? Yeah, he's come back anytime. I'll be here. So how do you get more soulless?
This is a good question, but someone with the blank gene is born without a soul and cancels any psionics within its immediate area. They are used by all factions. Most of them are like slaves. Imagine you give birth to a baby and you're in pain around the baby. They just don't usually last through childhood. Oh, okay. Actively cause disgust, weariness, depression, and sadness. Wow, that's crazy. Normally smothered in their crib. That's crazy. Huh. Consider theorize the reason why people feel uncomfortable around blanks is that they're disrupting something integral between the brain and the soul. Okay. More like a negative soul.
Exactly. Like you said, like there were varying degrees. It's like if you do enough evil, do you lose more soul points? And if you're like more friendly, do your soul points go up? And you how did that work?
A good question, DK.
It's a mutation for one. You have this it's a mutation, and I guess it's just the strength of the mutation.
Okay.
Because
it's not actually soullessness. It's just the mutation that makes you weird.
Yeah, it's like you don't necessarily. I guess I don't know if you necessarily literally don't have a soul.
It's genetic. Yeah,
Because
like gene, genetic.
the warp
Makes
is
sense.
a layer upon the real world, right? They're two.
Yeah.
Like they're layered on top of each other in terms of like a dimensional thing. It's like when you walk around, you're parting the waves of the warp around you. It's like a black hole where light literally can't travel in, so it creates like an accretion disk circling around it.
Oh,
Think of it like that, where it's like you just don't get touched. You're like a magnet, and everything around you is the same pole, and it's just kind of forcing it away.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Okay.
if you're
I
stronger,
feel like that was a good
the more
description.
you force this away, and the more unsettling it feels.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm.
That
It's
makes
very
sense.
difficult to truly get down on that kind of thing and truly understand it. But
Yeah.
as for the Sisters of Silence, they obviously use this, are taken back to Terror Trained, everything. And their whole point is to be warrior investigators and like hunters. They go out and they seek out and apprehend psychers from the human population and return them back to the Divisio Astra Telepathica for some kind of assessment and disposition. If I'm not mistaken on this one, they're actually some of the main crew and man the black ships
Oh,
and the
I do recall that. Yeah, something about black ships, and it's full of sisters that are bringing psychers back somewhere, and
I know the sisters are girls, but are all blank gene people always girls? Surely not, right? Assassin Temple are blanks that use helmets to amplify their blank abilities, which a guardsman saw one with his helmet on. Full blast shot. Oh, wow. It can be anyone. It's a guy in the assassin one. The guys with the weird head helmets. Huh. Okay.
did we talk about that in the Schola Progenium episode, where like sisters have to bring something to the Schola in the black ships?
Maybe, because the black ships, they go around and they hunt psychers. That's the concept of the witch, or the maidens, soulless maidens in the night taking your kids.
Yeah.
Because you have a psychically whatever kid, and they just show up and they just take them in the night, and they go away.
You're not gonna stop them. Good luck.
Yeah, good fucking luck trying to stop them. They're incredibly well trained. And not only that, but then you've got their damn like anti-psychic field.
How often do they, I guess I want to say, fail? Because if a psyker's around a blank, they want to like gouge their eyes out and kill themselves. So how often does like a Sister of Silence go up to a psyker and be like, "You're coming with me," and the psyker just like blah, 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 and just stabs themselves or something?
I think often they don't do that because they normally get them young.
Okay, so they're still like kids, and okay,
to an extent, but they're also completely immune to psychic assault. That's the cool thing about them, is that like they are nigh unaffected by any psychic power. Even in the tabletop game, you cannot hit them with psychic powers. They are affected by 0. It is literally impossible.
Oh right, but I meant like how often does like their prisoner just like flip out that they're around a blank and just freak out and jump out a window or something?
Oh, well, they stopped that. They have like special areas of the ship that makes it like proof, or makes it like not as powerful or painful, and it depends on what they want them for. You know, like sometimes they seek out witches and their job is to kill them. Like there's a psyker on this planet, he's getting a little too strong, we're gonna murder him. And this psyker is like, I'm mad with power, I'm the wizard of whatever, and he starts like shooting lightning bolts, and they just don't get hit by it. Like it fizzles out before they get touched, because these girls are so the antithesis against the warp.
That's
like,
so cool.
All their powers mean nothing, so then they're being forced to deal with them in like hand-to-hand combat or guns, and they're gonna lose that fight
10 times out of 10. Yeah. What a bunch of badasses. God, all the pictures look so cool too.
They're so cool.
Yeah, some of the pictures are pretty old because the new artwork isn't well, they just haven't had much new artwork because, like I said, GW doesn't really do much with them. But often they work very heavily with custodians, because custodians are neither blanks nor psychers.
Oh yeah.
And because of that, they kind of have like an overall weakness against things like demons, for example, or psychers and sorcerers. So actually, when Magnus did his oopsie and Kool-Aid Man's fucking the Emperor's psychic barrier and let a whole bunch of demons into the fucking throne room, whole lot of Sister Silence, including Janicia Kroll, were used to fend off that engagement and that incursion.
I was gonna say, sisters must be pretty good to fight against like chaos and warp shit, right? Since they're blanks, I guess.
They become very powerful. All the fancy random demon bullshit doesn't really work. I mean, a big demon will still squish you, but smaller demons are like, oh, get it away.
Yeah. What happens when a Sister of Silence dies? Like their soul doesn't go to the warp because that's not really their thing because of their mutation, right?
I don't know if they do or don't have souls. I like they're considered soulless because of their weird aura around the warp, but I actually don't know if they legitimately do not have a soul.
Oh, okay.
They go? Like, what chaos god would they feed?
You're asking the wrong questions. I have no idea. I don't think anyone knows. This is not only is the idea of a blank secretive, but it's not been expanded upon very much at all.
Okay. If you had to make an educated...
Would you say what he said is accurate, chap? Hi, Frank. Hi, Dave. Hi, Divvy. Yeah, their design is so cool. I would enjoy building and painting them too. I got my brushes that someone gifted on Throne. Thank you again, Anonymous. Anonymous Chun, thank you for gifting me again the paintbrushes off of my Throne. So now I just need paint. So Magnus, my boy failed. Warhammer animation that had a sister of silence and a custode. Oh. That was a cool depiction. They don't. No souls. No souls? Are we 100% on the no soul situation? Not much is said about blinks in the lore. Lamenters? Yeah, everyone has suggested the Lamenters one. Has anyone put it in the React suggestions in Discord? I'm sure someone has, but... Yeah, we're 100% that they don't have souls. Oh, my poor babes.
Guess, as our fearless leader in 40k ridiculous lore, what would happen when a blank died?
I would think very little. I would think that if a psyker dying was a bucket and a person dying was a cup, they're a drop.
Okay.
That's
so not
my
a whole lot.
educated
Not a whole lot
guess.
of disturbances. Just they just fizzle out, and that's that.
That's my educated guess.
Hey, okay. Good. Glad to hear it.
I did my best.
It's now canon, and people are gonna actually you in the comments. Good job.
Oh my god. So the second part of the Sisters of Silence is the fact that the
Bricky is our Warhammer lore god. Everything he says is surely fact. He would never say anything wrong. Everything is super well educated, well researched, and obviously canon, and I will trust him with my life, duh. Guys, just in case my sarcasm didn't come through. I was, I listen. With a grain of salt, I listen, okay? Avoid. Kind of makes sense.
The silence part
Ricky has if anyone does, he's definitely one, that's for sure.
is referring to the blankness of them, right? The soulless idea.
Yeah.
They also don't speak.
Bricks for the Bricky god.
Oh, they're literally silent.
They are mute. They take a vow of silence. They actually can speak.
Okay.
That's the thing, is that they don't like cut out their tongue or remove their vocal box or anything like that. They take a vow of tranquility. The concept is that at the end of their training, they have this idea of like a vow of silence, because then not even in pain. If they're in pain, if they're like getting stabbed, they won't make any noise.
Wow.
Like, that's the concept, is that under duress of pain, they will be stoic and not speak. Under impact of blade or bolts, they will show their resolve and not speak. No secret will ever be spoken. No torture can end up like revealing secrets or anything like that. They are unbreakable in that sense. So it's their vow of silence.
So you gotta be hardcore to be a Sister of Silence. Like not any like Joe Schmo can be a sister. Like that's crazy.
Hard.
It's pretty crazy. That's actually part of the reason why they shave their hair, is for the vow of tranquility, the same thing. Minus, of course, the top knot on the top.
What does shaving your head have to do with that, though?
Fuck. I don't know.
Okay.
Cause
I was gonna say you can be silent with hair.
Yeah, it might be like the monk thing. Yeah, like shaved
True.
head for stoicism and tranquility.
Yeah,
But
that
already
could be
got
it.
the top knot.
I don't fucking know, DK.
Okay, I'm
GW
sorry.
hasn't described it for me.
I'm very inquisitive today. I'm sorry.
Inquisitor, get this man.
Yeah, right there, Inquisitor. That man. He won't tell me why they have a top knot and shave the rest of their head.
They also
I feel like it makes sense that it's maybe a node to like monks and stuff. It could be a combination of that and just like really cool design, right? I know they're really tough, clearly, because it's stylish as fuck. I believe that.
also have like the fucking tattoo on their head too, that's like a symbol of service to the emperor and that kind of shit.
Oh, okay.
That's the gold. That one
okay.
makes more sense. But they often communicate. They have their own variation of sign language, and so they can sometimes even like do their sign language at such a speed that it's outputted via like a Vox signal
Holy shit!
in order
Whoa,
to communicate.
Wait,
to-
what?
Yeah, they have to communicate with each other via like radio.
Wait, so you're telling me they do hand signs over Vox?
They do hand signs, and the Vox registers it, picks it up, and sends it as like a signal.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
I thought you were like, oh
crazy.
yeah, they're voxing so fast that it's going through the Voxcaster and they're picking up the sound of it. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Okay, gotcha.
They have a very fancy, extremely high-end like sign language entirely just for them. This would actually be something that'd be really cool if some people could find a way to create like a variation of said sign language, because the sign language is its own thing for the sisters and only they understand it and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
It allows them to be very obviously to work together in a combat scenario, but it also, lets them communicate.
Yeah. Oh, those half masks that they wear look really cool. Where it's
I
just
agree.
like from say the nose down is like that gold mask. Should I
The,
just
like,
post a
grill?
picture of it? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. You headcanoned it as representative of their souls. Oh, no, I kind of think that that's a cute headcanon. Aesthetics are everything real. They really are. Like, you can't have a good story without good aesthetics too. Secret high-end sign language when it's shown. Oh, really? Is it just regular ASL when they show it in cinematics and stuff? I saw the one cinematic recently with it, which is how I learned about them in the first place. But I didn't know. I don't know ASL.
Yeah, those look real. That's really cool.
Their
I love
design is
their armor.
sick.
It's actually super dope. I think the sisters have some of the better armor, and they work great as a side section to the custodians, because the custodians are like 9 feet tall in this enormous gold, and these girls are probably like 6 feet.
British Sign
or
Language
so.
would make
they're
more
pretty
sense.
like normal. I mean, they're tall, but they're
It's a
normal.
European company, huh?
But it's kind of interesting because they're like a well-oiled machine. The two of them, they're very
Yeah.
one with the other, because they're
That's
needed
cool.
for different scenarios.
Yeah. Also,
This
look at
is
that! Look at that sword that she's wielding in that top picture. That thing is legitimately bigger, or it's taller than
Wow.
a sister. That's so anime,
yeah.
dude.
The swords are very big.
That's so true.
Yeah. Cloud.
Cloud.
Cloud who?
So I posted a thing about the armor. It's like Vratine armor is a special power armor worn by Sister Silence. When a sister aspirant takes her final oath of duty and says the last word she will ever utter aloud in her lifetime, she is given her panoply of war, the armor, literally the armor of the oath. It is a sub-pattern of technologically advanced battle gear which shares design elements with both the power armor of the Legiones Astartes and the silicate mesh of Selenite Void Mail. Though unlike either of those famed armors, it is not, at least without additional gearing, fully environmentally sealed or designed for extended operations. And the actual the sword is the Executioner Great Blade, which is the
Nice.
primary melee weapon, and it's used as the idea for guardians of the tithe of Psykerborn, which is feed them to the Emperor, witch seekers, massive executors that often do the usual style of like the beheading and then setting them aflame, because
Sure.
these are witch seekers.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold up. So you're telling me when the sisters get their power armor, do they get one last word before they put the armor on?
They utter their final oath, basically.
What-
And I don't know what it is.
I was gonna say,
I want to know what the oath
if, like,
is.
one of the sisters, they're like, "Oh yeah, what? You get one last word. What is it?" And she's like, "Yeet." And just armor on.
Poggers.
This is all very Pogger sisters. Shut her up! Just put the damn helmet on her.
All right,
It's enough.
Right. Bent over, you're getting the executioner great blade.
Yeah.
God. Hey Void Walker, how are you?
I just find it hilarious that some of them would be like meme lords and just say something really dumb as their final word and have it recorded.
I can see that. Actually, if you thought that the Janicia Kroll had a really cool thing, her idea of like the Knight Commander, there's also a title for the sisters called the Mistress of the Black Ships.
Whoa.
Which is fucking dope to me.
Again, very metal.
That name is so
metal.
fucking cool.
Oh, Shai sent a quote
And very
called the Mistress of the Black Ships, which is
Mistress
fucking dope
of
to
the
me.
Black
again,
Ships.
very metal. Very metal.
Dude, I want to be a fucking mistress of the Black Ship. That sounds sick as fuck. You wouldn't mess with anyone who's a sister of the Black Ship. Like, what the hell? That sounds so cool. Damn.
Oh, Shai sent a quote thinking I didn't already have that ready on my Google Doc. I got this.
Oh,
Quote.
wow.
Right, Honcho?
We are mute, but not without power. We are silent, but not without resolve. We are untouchable, but not without courage. We are sisters and have but one father. We are seekers, and we shall find our prey. We are warriors, and woe to those we oppose. The Emperor's mark is on our brow. All who deal with the warp must beware. His judgment and vengeance is ours to deliver. The motto of the Sisters
damn.
of Silence.
God. The Sisters
Jeez.
of Silence are so fucking metal, dude. Oh my god.
And they have literally one kit. They have
The only one.
one kit. It comes with 5 models, and the only difference is the weapon they carry: bolter, flamer, or sword. That is
they've never even made like a conversion kit that lets you make a normal sister into like a Sister of Silence if you wanted.
Nope. They have a
man.
Sister of Silence kit. Like, it's just the one kit. But yeah, and the minis are okay. You can
I was
give
gonna
them
say
a rhino.
For older minis, those don't look too bad. Those don't look as bad as like older like
The old guard stuff.
yeah. Those
Yep.
are really bad. Those the ones that look like their face was melted. Yeah.
Yeah, the only other one is that duo one that I mentioned earlier. That's actually from a book.
Oh, that's really cool, actually. I
That one
like
looks
the
good.
Sister
That one's
Silence
like
one,
a year old. Except for the fact that the custodian's got a big ass head.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
head looks very weird. It's very strange.
I don't like the custodian, but she's
Shy,
cool.
it's like
Put the helmet
you've literally seen every single Sister of Silence mini. That's all of them.
Wow, that
Really?
sucks.
God, they sound so cool. Why? Make more of them.
I do not know. I do not know why they don't make more. If there was a time, it would be during the Custodian Codex, because they literally have a Sister of Silence on the cover, front and center,
Wow.
on the new
shit.
codex.
Oh yeah.
It's actually really dope. I need to find I need to find the goddamn actually,
They're
you get
so
5
cool.
you get 5 Sisters of Silence actually in the next, what's it called? In the new box that they're making.
Oh, you actually get but they're the old sisters? Of
You
Silence?
well, yeah, they're not anything new in terms of
Oh. That's
of
unfortunate.
minis. I would
Aw,
Yeah.
you didn't
God,
get a
their
new
artwork
one.
is so cool. They're very dope.
Yeah.
I'm sure I will repeat this many a times as I already have, but they're so fucking metal, dude.
Yeah, I feel like you could do so much more with their aesthetic. But it sounds like they won't do that. Question mark? You like the mottos of the Imperium? The tabletop rules have cool names. Vengeance of the Unchained. Yeah, they're definitely good at naming. That's for sure.
They are super
shit.
metal. They are really cool looking. And let me find the. There we go. Yeah, like this is the new cover art for the Custodians, and like she's right down there, bottom left, bada bing, Sister of Silence.
Yeah, there she is. Yeah,
Dude, they're so fucking cool.
Right, they're like Sister of Silence. They've got like the sort of mouth area completely covered.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
It's really cool.
It has good visual aesthetic with it. I mean, like they got like big ass boob armor and stuff, but. I mean, shit. It's fucking Blood Angels have giant pecs and abs. Like, it doesn't matter. It's very. It goes with the aesthetic, the concept.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the armor also makes sense because at least it's not like if you ever play like a JRPG or something. The big thing is like the poor female warriors always get the most pointless armor. They get like metal bikinis, and it's like, what the fuck is that gonna protect? Right, like your entire like
so
abdomen
funny.
and stomach and your legs are completely exposed, but you've got like this bikini of metal. It's like, what the fuck is that gonna do? Right, so at least they have like full coverage.
They have armor.
Yeah,
yeah,
if
it's
not
actual
covered
armor
is, like,
that will protect you.
Yeah, besides like their head, like their noggin, which I
right. 3D printers have like fans made. Cool Sisters of Silence minis. I'd love to see like fan made ones, like 3D printed ones.
guess means it doesn't protect that great, but it's at least it's plate. It's fucking plate armor.
Yeah.
Cloth,
True.
You know?
Yeah, it's not a metal bikini.
They're really neat, and actually, it's a little bit sad, because apparently, the Sisters of Silence have this like. When I say this, it's gonna sound like a lesbian pillow fight situation.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What is he gonna say?
And I'm sorry about that, but
okay.
Because of their nature of their gene, so these sisters are incredibly secretive. Sure. They have the pariah untouchable gene, and they spend mainly all their time together. And the only people who they can understand are each other because they can't speak. They only do the sign language, which they can only do with other sisters.
They can understand,
right.
yeah.
And maybe Custodians, I'm sure they understand it for tactical purposes.
Gay!
But like, they are literally an entire group that humanity hates.
Aww.
You know, like they don't know they exist, but like being around them is
uneasy and unsettling.
It's vile.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever want to be in the same room as them.
I really thought he was about to say, like, they're all lesbian. And I was like, yes, Pride Month! But, like, you don't need to have words to to do the deed, you know? Other variations of the Silent Sister aesthetics. The 40k fandom wiki has several pieces of official artwork and different kinds of armor. Oh, okay. Good to know. Higher chance than usual. Yeah, I kind of think so. Thanks to the sip, Blizzard.
Unless they have to be.
Yeah.
Like,
or nobody willingly will be in the same room. I'm sure they get a few unwilling people as they drag them into the black ships and whatnot. But yeah,
they sacrifice their words and their entire lives for like a race of people that would gladly be as far away from them as they can. And so, because
when you think of it that way, it's kind of heartbreaking. We goonin', hey Lilia, I'm always goonin'. It's so heartbreaking when you think about it that way. They literally gave up their words. They gave up so much for people that would probably rather see them die. You know? Lesbians. Amazon lied to you? Why did Amazon lie to you?
Because of that, they actually apparently have an extremely strong bond.
Wait, did the custodes are they not affected by the blank gene? I would think they would be, but they must not be, right? People that want to be... Yeah, but are they not affected by the blank gene? That's really interesting. I kind of just thought about that. A new desk would arrive today, and now they said Saturday. It might not necessarily be Amazon lying. It sounds like it's probably a shipping issue. Either there's weather that delayed something, or sometimes stuff will get put on the wrong truck, or it'll be on the right truck, but it will end up not switching trucks. Logistics when it comes to shipping is crazy. And the amount of shipments that like my company sees a day that get delayed or lost or rerouted, like I'm shocked that we all don't experience it more. But I hate that you have to wait another couple days, but it sounds like it might actually be on like the shipping and not the shipper, if that makes sense. Even if they're too disciplined to be bothered by it. Custodes are not psychers. Yeah, but it says everybody, even if you're not a psycher, gets affected by it. Psychers just feel it a lot stronger. They don't care. You think they just tank it? Near Primarch levels, they don't care. Tanking the uneasiness. They can probably ignore it. Yeah. So it's probably not that bad for them anyway, because no psychic potential. And then they're so trained and strong that they just tank it if there is something. Makes sense. You spent 4 years working with logistics. You second what I said? Yeah, I've spent a lot of time working in logistics, actually. The company I work for now, I work very closely with logistics, and I've been with them for 2 years. And then when I worked for corporate customer service for a jewelry company, I was actually in charge of doing all of our UPS investigations and communicating with that and tracking that. And yeah, it was crazy. Anyway.
Between the sisterhood.
Oh, they'd have to. Oh, yeah, they would have to, because they're the only ones that understand each other and actually don't get sick being next to each other. So that makes perfect sense. Yeah. So
being around each other is very, very important for them. It's very much a like they have a very strong bond between them. They're very good friends. You know, they obviously have their oaths and importance, but the strength of sisterhood is about as strong as Space Marine to Space Marine, brother to brother kind of
That's
thing.
awesome.
Yeah.
So, you know, then you take that, and then, you know, they fuck, whatever, I don't give a shit. You know, make your fan.
Yeah.
They do?
Sure.
Confirmed.
I was gonna say, so their blankness is a mutation, right?
Correct.
If a Sister of Silence was ever to like procreate and have a kid, would that mutation pass on to the kid? Or is that not something that can genetically pass down?
I think you're getting a little too deep, and GW probably doesn't even know that themselves.
Okay. Just checking.
I mean, it's a gene.
I've got like maybe 5 minutes or less for this episode, because there's not a lot. Okay. I mean, you might not like them that much because they fought alongside the Space Wolves in the Burning of Prospero. Because you know,
they're so cool. Why did you have to tell me that?
Because if they're gonna fight the Psyker army, they're gonna send the anti-Psykers.
Oh, that's I hadn't really thought about that, but that's true. Who else would you send to go fight big bad Psykers than a bunch of fucking blanks? That's fair.
True.
You know, unironically, Sisters of Silence would make a very good lesbian love story. I could see that being well written if done tastefully.
Oh, absolutely. I would not mind a book.
I agree.
That centered around a bunch of Sisters of Silence that were romantically linked in a tasteful way, as they sort of did all this crazy fuckery that I'm sure that they have to do. Yeah,
and then they start hitting to the pillow fights. Then it's like they start giggling, and it's like, and then and then you draw them with dicks. You know, the whole night. Now draw her getting an education, DK. Draw her getting an education,
buddy. This is an anime, dude. This is an anime. That would happen. I could see that happening in some freaky anime, but not in 40K. But not in a 40K. But come on.
Now draw her telling me it's gonna be okay.
Shy actually has some. See, that's the kind of armor that makes no fucking sense to anybody, right?
For that information,
That's the armor.
for your information, that is a gender bent
lost me.
custodian. Notice the guardian spear weapon.
Oh.
Actually, how dare you?
I'm so sad that I can't see whatever this image is. If you believe it, it's so. Yeah, I mean, if it's genetic, then I suppose it's always possible to pass it on. But it sounds like it's really rare anyway. So, yeah. If everyone wanted to kill them since birth, I don't know. Maybe they fuck with the custodes. We can't really know if it's hereditary or simply random. Yeah, true. It could be both, too. It could be like this tiny little 0.00001% chance in everyone's genetics, you know?
I don't know.
Wait, a good book miniseries. Watchers of the Throne. A Sister of Silence and a Custode teaming up. Oh, okay.
I don't know why they didn't just draw a lewd Sister of Silence. It's literally the same thing. What are they doing?
I love that you actually the picture that Shy sent, and
yeah.
Yeah, well done.
I want to see
Okay, now
it.
Jar being successful and happy and realizing all her goals and dreams.
All right,
Draw me.
Draw her leading a good life.
Successful and happy.
Yeah. I would
Realizing all my goals and dreams.
Books that would like, I mean, even if it wasn't like a romance thing, like one that just further expanded on Sisters of Silence and blanks, because it sounds like there's not a ton of information on them. So just getting a book that told us more about them and like their strife and like literally from their perspective and their like inner turmoil because they can't speak, they took a vow. So that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I'd be down for any book on them. Yeah.
There was the book, the one I mentioned earlier, the Valerian and Alea one, the dual group. But like, yeah, they certainly need more on them. They're an interesting organization. They have kind of a tragic, backstory, I guess. Or they have a tragic use to willingly put their life away for a race of people who can't stand them.
Yeah, true.
You know, it's you could yeah. We're making lesbian jokes here. That's obviously just mainly jokes. Granted, they could do a very good story about that, but
they could. It could be a tasteful story that would.
It reminds me of it reminds me a lot of like people who grew up like two girls growing up in a nunnery kind of thing, and then it ends up becoming that.
Oh, I could see that. I could see that.
That's the thing with kids. You know, you force them into a box. You don't let them be free, and then next thing you know, they got vor fetishes. Look what you've done. Like what you did.
You
I feel like we jumped a lot of hoops. We jumped a lot of steps there.
And then, you know,
they're gonna wonder what the fuck's outside the box.
Not true.
Wait, Mike Brooks.
Shy said the Sisters of Silence are so anti-warp they can be used to calm a warp storm.
Yeah,
wow.
bring enough of them.
Holy
That's
shit!
Crazy.
That's kind of a big deal, isn't it?
I want. All right. Internet. I need a meme from you. I want Warp Storm, our local Warp Storm maker, Erebus. I want like five or six Sisters of Silence. Just like Erebus is like on the ground in the fetal position. They're just like fucking kicking him. It's like you fucking ass, like calming the warp storm. Like, oh, you know what? What's that one JoJo meme where the guy drinks wine, then he runs in and starts kicking him as well?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know what it's called, but
oh, this is JoJo.
Or
this
that
image?
other meme where
I guess I should have noticed from the fashion.
And then these two really buff guys start laughing, and they start like beating him up while laughing.
Definitely. Any meme that involves Erebus getting the shit kicked out of him, sign me up. Sign my ass up.
Ah, Shy's got a good one. There we go. That's a good fucking meme right there.
Yes. And that's perfect.
Oh my god,
The
that's
top
so
one,
good.
Sisters of Silence. Bottom one with his lunch all over the floor and crying like a bitch.
Oh my god.
Erebus.
That's so
Hell
funny.
yeah.
Remove the lunch, make it like a whole bunch of like the Emperor is a real god books and stuff.
The religion of the God Emperor.
There's just a whole bunch of like crosses and stuff.
Bunch of heretical shit. Yeah, sure.
I forget who Erebus is. Someone remind me who he is and what he did. Commissar Kane's aide is a blank named Jerkin who's never... Why is that a detail? We can't get more information about the Sisters of Silence, but we know there's a dude that's never showered? What's that about? The one who... Oh, okay. I thought so. I was like, I'm pretty sure Erebus is the one that started the thing with Horus, but I wanted to make sure. I didn't want to just suggest it in case I was wrong. Okay, whew. Some of this is sticking up here. Okay. Oh my god, people are so disappointed in me. No. It was there. It was there in my memory. It was there. I just didn't want to say it in case I was wrong. I'm still learning. And whether, like, every time we watch some stuff, you know, like, certain details stick and certain details don't. So just bear with me, okay? We haven't even watched a specific thing about the Horus Heresy, so I should probably do that. GW doesn't know how to do tasteful romance. Oh, there is romance, though? Really? Smells like he never showers even when he does. Magnus, he also fucked up. Okay. Erebus the goat? I don't know about that one, Lily. I don't know about that one.
Anyway, Sisters of Silence. It's not a long episode because there's not a lot about them.
Yeah.
But I run them when I play Custodians. I want them to have more lore. I would love a character. I would love maybe like... I know they have some... I think you could actually get the Black Ship vehicles and some things like that in 30K, but you can't use them now. But they're pretty neat. I think there's a lot of good potential to write about them and stories and all that, but... Oh, well, it is what it is. Anywho.
I'm so interested.
Is there anything you want to add, DK, before we go?
I want to know more.
Nope. Sisters are metal as fuck. I like them. They look really cool. Their armor's really dope. And, yeah, I want to know what happens when one dies. I want to know where it goes. I want to know where its soul goes. Chat, tell me where you think what Chaos God would enjoy a Sister of Silence's soul, air quotes, the most.
My name has been Bricky. Thanks for watching. We're gonna find out where Bricky goes when the podcast ends, and it's to the bar.
Wow, really? You're going right to it's not even noon, man.
Oh my god.
The joke is I have to drink. I'm not going to the actual bar.
Oh, well, still, it's like it's not even noon yet. You're gonna go drink. What are you gonna go drink? What would you drink at this hour? Are you gonna make a screwdriver? You're gonna make a corkscrew or whatever?
I love DK. Holy shit.
I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna go to bed instead.
That's a much better answer. That's a much healthier answer.
The only thing that I want to be silent is you, DK.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was mean. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
That was funny. You're always the best when you're the only one. Corn. Because he hates psychers. Oh, I feel like that's a fair guess. Corn. I want to make sure this like plays out fully, but okay. Good job. I wish there was like more information, but you know, maybe one day GW will answer our prayers and explain more about the Blink Gene and the Sisters of Silence, because I still think they seem really fucking badass. Really fucking badass. Sorry for the yawn. The Night Lords trilogy has okay romance. There's some cute AdMech romance. Huh. Keophas Kane? Is that how the fuck do you say that name? Best romance series written? Some art and fanfics would have you think Slanesh. Yeah, Honcho said maybe Slanesh for something like deprivation kink. The whole like not talking thing, but oh my god, how weird would it be to like be with them? They can't make any noise. I feel like I wouldn't be able to have a one night stand with a Sister of Silence. I couldn't do it. I'd feel too weird. I need the vocal feedback, you know? I enjoy knowing I'm doing a good job, smile. Caiaphas K. Okay, now the name sounds familiar. Got it. Decimus needs a model. Night Lord's trilogy is goated. Okay. You need to be a masochist because of the mental anguish. Well, maybe you're blank. And then it would probably be okay. But yeah. Plap, plap, plap. She's silently staring back at you. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Nope. Alright. The other video that I want to watch is this one about the most powerful Sister of Battle. I know, I'm not a Sister of Silence, but closely related. I felt like it would be a good time to watch it. Closes your eyes and thinks of the Emperor. Oh no. About Ephrael Stern, the most powerful sister. And we haven't watched... I've heard good things about Wes Hammer, but I haven't watched any videos yet by him, so... Battle Sister lore is a good excuse. Yeah, I want to know more anyway, so... Okay. Bear with me for the first bit. I think I forgot to check volume for this video, so it might be a little loud or it might be a little quiet. I'll kind of look and adjust as we go.
From Angron bench pressing a Titan to Mephiston obliterating a horde of Tyranids with a single blood lance, 40k is no stranger to ridiculously powerful characters. However, one of its most powerful is one you've probably never heard of before. A character who lay dormant in the series for over 2 decades and has only recently been brought back. A woman who started off her life as a simple battle sister within the Adeptus Sororitas, but has been slowly evolving into humanity's ultimate weapon against chaos, her power seemingly exponentially increasing with each subsequent appearance.
Oh,
her
shit.
name is Ephrael Stern, though she's
Ephrael.
gone by many titles in the past, including the Thriceborn, the Scourge of Chaos, and the Demonifuge. But who is she, and why has she remained a relatively unknown character in the 40k community if she's so powerful? Truth be told, I didn't even know who this character was until I recently stumbled upon a book titled The Heretic Saint. Now, right off the bat, I was intrigued based on that metal-ass title alone. But even more perplexing to me was the fact that although the Sisters of Battle do not allow psychers within their ranks, right here on the cover of this book was one of them powering up like a dang old Dragon Ball Z character. Well, as it turns out, she's a character from a comic book series from the late 90s known as Demonifuge, and was recently reintroduced to the series after the conclusion of the 13th Black Crusade during the Pariah Nexus arc of the ongoing story. For the last century in-universe, she's been acting as a one-woman army within Imperium Nihilus, facing off against greater demons and defending isolated worlds from demonic incursions, aided only by her best friend and closest confidant, the Harlequin pariah Kaganel of the Bloody Tears. Despite her single ally and seemingly noble ambitions, Stern has no one else to turn to. She's been on the run for over 100 years, hunted by friend and foe alike across the cosmos. She was exiled from her sisterhood, condemned as an abomination by the Inquisition, and feared as an existential threat by the forces of chaos. But why is seemingly everyone out to get her? How did she get so powerful, and what is her ultimate objective? Is she a hero, a villain, or something in between? Is she actually just a psyker, or is she something far crazier that's harder to define? Well, after having read everything this character has...
Demonifuge, aka Ephrael Stern. Okay, I'm sorry, but I just looked at the titles of these books. And I'm sorry, but okay, so Demonifuge, right? And then the subtitle says a byline could go under her, maybe. I'm not gonna sit here and say I totally understand what that subtitle means. But I think it's fair to say it sounds stupid. Hi, Untitled, how are you? Okay, so Demonifuge is Stern. Got it.
Has ever appeared in, I gotta say, her story is pretty buck wild, and it manages to capture that quintessential grimdark charm that many within the 40k community believe has been less prevalent in the modern stories. Well, in this video, we're gonna dive into Stern's origins and piece together the truth behind this so-called heretic saint. But before we get into it, a quick shout out to this video's sponsor. If we're being honest with ourselves, a lot of us have a tendency to let ourselves go over the winter. It's cold and we don't feel like exercising, which can lead us to start slacking on our diet. But springtime is finally here, my friends. It's starting to get warm out, and there's no better way to start taking your nutrition seriously again than with the help of today's sponsor, Factor. Factor makes meeting your nutritional goals
I tried Factor once. I thought it was really good, actually.
Dietitian-approved meals right to your doorstep. I don't know if you've noticed, but fast food has been ballooning in price over the last couple of years, and at this point, it's gotten kind of ridiculous. Factor's meals are cheaper, better for you, and far more delicious.
Really good, actually.
They're ready in just 2 minutes, and no matter what kind of lifestyle you live, their weekly menu of 35 options has something for everyone. They have popular
plating
choices
it makes it look so
Smart,
good.
Keto, Protein Plus, or vegan and veggie. What I personally love about Factor is that they eliminate the hassle of prepping, cooking, and cleaning up. Not to mention, they help me cut down on trips to the grocery store, so I have more time for all of my favorite activities. If you want to start taking your nutrition seriously,
I did really like Factor.
Or click on the
when
link
I tried
below
it. The food was really good, actually.
To get 50% off plus free shipping on your first Factor box. That's code 50westhammer at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box.
I think something like Factor is really nice, but whenever the 50% off is done, it's too expensive. Kitchen robot, that'd be
Thanks
great.
To Factor for sponsoring this video. In order to understand who Ephriel Stern is as a character, we need to know her origins, and there's no better place to start with that than with the Demonifuge comics themselves. Although originally printed in black and white, I'm going to be using colored artwork from the 20th anniversary special edition version. Additionally, I'm going to be presenting the information in the order in which it occurs in the story to better capture the author's original vision and not lessen the impact of any of the many reveals found throughout. The story opens up with Stern imprisoned in the dungeons beneath the convent sanctorum on Ophelia 7. Once a proud seraphim and later a sister superior, she is now suspected of chaos corruption. You see, 4 years ago, she was the lone survivor of a mission to Parnas, returning with no memory of what happened or how she managed to escape.
Hi, Maple! How are you? I saw Maple. I haven't seen a Maple in a while.
Worse, she appears lost in madness, scribbling profane diagrams on her cell walls and muttering blasphemies under her breath. The sister—
Oh my god, for real, the off-kai FOMO corner is so real, Maple. We should all do something. The off-kai, the no off-kai FOMO corner. You know what, we should do something to make them feel FOMO that they missed out on it, you know? We have to do something so that everyone that's there feels FOMO for missing out on something we did. We gotta counteract the FOMO with our own FOMO. I don't know what that would be, but what if we all played Repo? Is Repo still fun? Do people still like that game? I was talking about collabing with people and how I need to do it more. But I mean, Maple was my friend before Glitchstar, so I'd be okay asking her. It's getting an update soon? Oh, dang. I don't think I've played it since I played with you, actually. Oh my god, Yuki. Yuki, you can't be up here. We're watching videos. Okay, you can lay right here. You can sit here on my chest. And I will pet you. No, but you can't block my face, buddy. We met up at TwitchCon Vegas. We did. That was like 2 years ago. Crazy. Are you going to TwitchCon this year? I wasn't planning on it. But hopefully I can meet up with everyone. Maybe at Offkai next year. I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah. Life is tough this year. I'll plan for next year. Okay, anyway. I want to learn about this most powerful sister. But it's good to see you, Maple.
Sisterhood
Thanks
is
for saying hi.
divided on
Cool.
what to do. Some demand she be tried and burned under her breath,
Yuki
scribbling
pressed
profane
it.
diagrams on her cell walls and muttering blasphemies under her breath. The sisterhood is divided on what to do. Some demand she be tried and burned as a witch, while others, led by the prioress, refuse to condemn a sister superior without proof. To settle the matter, the Inquisition has been contacted, and Inquisitor Silas Hand is en route to make an assessment of her. Impatient for judgment, one of the sisters takes the matter into her own hands, and during a routine meal delivery, she levels a bolter at Stern.
Yuki, this is why you can't be up here. Because you press buttons with your tail. Yeah, it's not because I don't love you. It's because you press buttons. He's purring. Do you know what you did? Oh. There you go. Sorry. You press buttons. How old is this video? I don't know. Oh no, Yuki! Are you okay, baby? Are you okay? He tried to jump up on the desk and he failed. Have a good dinner, Maple. I always feel bad when they fail because he like falls back on the ground. You okay, baby? You okay, buddy? Yeah, you're okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how old it is. Couple of years,
But
maybe?
before she can pull the trigger, Stern strikes meal delivery. She levels a bolter at Stern. But before she can pull the trigger, Stern strikes with supernatural speed and strength, punching clean through the woman's power armor and ripping something from her chest. A shrieking demon of Slanesh. As the horrified onlookers stare, Stern turns to them and utters a single command: burn everything. Her ability to unmask a hidden chaos agent does end up earning her some trust, but her inhuman strength and supernatural awareness only fuel suspicions of witchcraft. The prioress, still unwilling to condemn her without proof, orders that Stern undergo a series of trials. Some of them test her faith, others her loyalty, but the most important trials will assess her combat prowess, whether she is still fit to slay the enemies of the Emperor. Now, during one of these combat trials against some servitors, Inquisitor Silas Hand arrives and is convinced that she is a heretic. He leaps into the arena to test her for himself. A brutal fight between the two ensues, Stern focused primarily on dodging and parrying, while Silas's relentless onslaught grows more ferocious, his condemnations echoing with every strike. The duel only ends when the prioress steps in and calls it to a halt, declaring that Stern has proven herself enough. Stern stands before the Inquisitor and states firmly that she is no heretic, and together they will move forward as allies. 2 days later, Stern undergoes the rites of reaffirmation, officially renewing her vows and restoring her purity. Though stripped of her rank of Sister Superior, she is reinstated as a Seraphim, a Sister of Battle once more. But not everyone is pleased. From the crowd, Inquisitor Silas watches on, fuming. In his eyes, this is a grave mistake. The signs of warp corruption are all too clear, and a demon of all things had been uncovered within one of the holiest sites in the entire Imperium. As the ceremony ends, he swears to watch her closely, and when the time comes, to be the one who delivers judgment. After this, the story jumps forward a bit. Stern, Silas, and a force of battle sisters board the Ecclesiarchy battleship Hammer of Thor, heading back to Parnas to uncover the truth and search for survivors. What should have been a straightforward mission, however, it quickly spirals into chaos. Unbeknownst to the crew, the ship's navigator has been corrupted. Before they can act, he summons a Slaneshi demon assassin sent to eliminate Stern. Fortunately, Silas discovers the treachery just in time, and a strike team is deployed to purge the creature before it can complete its mission. With the demon destroyed, Silas insists they immediately deploy to the planet's surface, convinced that Parnas is the true source of corruption. Shortly after the drop pod launches, however, disaster unfolds. The hammer of Thor is ripped apart in a massive explosion. You see, Silas had underestimated the navigator's treachery. The corruption ran far deeper. With ample time to act, the traitor had sabotaged the ship's warp drive, dooming it. As they descend, the Inquisitor, who happens to be a psyker, is overwhelmed by a wave of psychic agony, experiencing the pain, fear, and confusion of all those who perished in the explosion. This drives him briefly insane, and he perceives the sisters around him as demons, and then subsequently attacks them. Stern manages to subdue him by knocking him unconscious, and after they land, she orders her sisters to move ahead, unwilling to leave the Inquisitor behind despite his arrogance. Time was in short supply. Flaming debris from the wrecked ship would soon rain down on them. Her sisters managed to escape, but as they turn back, to their horror, a massive piece of the ship crashes down on top of Stern and the Inquisitor.
Damn. Hey, Yumi. Yeah, the Sisters of Silence were pretty freaking cool. But now we're learning about the most powerful sister battle, so we've changed topics slightly.
The story then shifts back a little bit to a vision that Silas is having while he's unconscious. He's ensnared by a cornate demon named Grimspire, who we learn is a manifestation of his guilt and has haunted him for years. But
shit.
This time, Stern appears as well, declaring the vision to be a false one. Before battling the demon, Silas breaks free, and together they manage to destroy it. The story's perspective then shifts back to the sisters, who are frantically trying to dig them out of the wreckage and fearing the worst, only to find Stern and the Inquisitor miraculously alive. Something strange seems to have occurred here. At the very last moment, a massive burst of energy was released that carved a tunnel straight upwards through the debris, creating a cavity that protected them. Now, it's around this time that we're given a little bit more insight into what the exact purpose of this mission actually is. Apparently, there are rumors of a lost convent of the Sisterhood that has been missing for centuries, and intel suggests that this planet may be where they have disappeared to. Stern wakes up strapped inside of a rhino en route to a location that they believe is serving as the convent's base of operations. Silas, seated nearby, acknowledges the impossible from before. By all logic, they should be dead. Some external force clearly intervened to keep them alive. Arriving at a fortress perched on a cliff, he tells her that in their short time together, she has acted with honor, even at great cost. He doesn't understand what she is, but apparently neither does she, nor do the forces of chaos. That alone lends some credence to her innocence. But as the saying goes, in the grimdark future, innocence proves nothing. He warns her, if he detects even a hint of corruption, he will cut her down without mercy. Though her faith is unwavering, a part of Stern fears the truth buried within her. Something happened here 4 years ago, and it was time for answers. Inside the convent, they find a blasphemy beyond comprehension, a writhing mass of fused bodies and stretched human skin, still alive and screaming in unison. The sheer psychic agony of this thing paralyzes Silas, but Stern remains unaffected, drawn into the entity. Ignoring her sister's protests, she reaches out and touches a protruding bone. At once, 700 voices speak as one, saying simply, "Welcome home." She loses control, levitating before the screaming cage as visions of the past flood her mind. The souls within the cage were once sisters of battle, but theirs was no ordinary convent. Unlike others, they were not warriors. They were scholars of chaos, devoted to understanding the enemy in order to destroy it. Centuries ago, they discovered a bound greater demon of Slaanesh encased in ice. Rather than destroy it, they saw an opportunity. By studying it, they could expose Slaanesh's weaknesses. For 300 years, they toiled in secret, severing all ties to the Imperium to prevent discovery. Many fell to the demon's whispers and had to be purged, but the research was too important. It continued until disaster struck. The demon managed to escape. In vengeance, it flayed the sisters alive, fusing their bodies and minds into a singular eternal torment, the screaming cage. It was the demon's masterpiece, but it underestimated them. By linking their minds in order for them to each share in each other's suffering, it accidentally created a Gestalt consciousness, one with unshakable faith in the Emperor and an encyclopedic knowledge of Slaanesh. Through their shared will, they became something new, something powerful. 4 years ago, Stern had come here with her sisters, following a lead to the Lost Convent, where they encountered the cage and its demonic master. They were slaughtered to the last, but Stern refused to fall. Even as the demon inflicted horrific wounds, she defied it. In her final act of resistance, she leapt from the cliffs, choosing death over corruption. Her body was destroyed, but her soul remained untouched. Seeing her purity, the Cage sisters acted, resurrecting her through their faith. To protect her, they made her stronger, faster, immune to Chaos's touch.
Holy
but at
shit.
a cost, her memory was shattered, leaving her with only a single thought echoing through her mind: run. And so she did, fleeing in madness into the wastes, surviving alone until she was eventually rescued and returned to Ophelia 7.
Dude, that's crazy. What the fuck? So 4 years ago, she had already been here. I had come with her sisters of battle. And they died fighting the demon. She was the last one standing. She took a literal leap of faith and was like, I'd rather die than let you torment me. And all of the secret sisters like resurrected her. That's crazy. And made her stronger. That's so fucking cool. Holy shit. Innocence proves nothing is such an iconic line. A horrible iconic line. Yeah, I agree. That's pretty... Innocence proves nothing is pretty, grim and dark, Lamel. This is debauchery. I should have died. Yeah, the sisters are super metal. That I can't get over. That's so fucking cool.
Now reunited with her lost sisters, the Cage has one final gift, or curse, depending upon how you look at it. The Screaming Cage then floods Stern's mind with centuries of research, the complete understanding of Slaanesh. As she absorbs it, Slaaneshi demons begin to attack, swarming in desperation to stop the transfer. The other sisters manage to hold them back, but just as the transfer completes, the greater demon itself emerges. Stern turns to Silas, placing a hand on him. With a single touch, she transfers everything. The influx of knowledge surges through him, pushing his psychic abilities to unimaginable levels. Together, they all battle the greater demon, and for a moment, victory seems certain. But sensing its defeat, the demon opens a warp rift and tries to escape. Stern moves to pursue, but Silas stops her. Understanding the importance of the information bestowed upon them by the Screaming Cage, he declares that she has a greater role to play. He and the remaining Battle Sisters would finish the demon off, but she had to escape. The knowledge within her must reach the Ecclesiarchy. They need to know everything, he says. Once again, Stern runs, fleeing as Silas unleashes his newfound power in a cataclysmic explosion, leveling the fortress, the mountain, and everything within it. Out in the waste, she swears to honor their sacrifice, the Cage sisters, the Battle Sisters, and even the Inquisitor himself. She is a weapon of light, forged to destroy chaos, and she will not stop until every last one of them is avenged.
I'm sorry, but that's so fucking cool. She's already won me over. Stern is the baddest motherfucker I've ever heard of.
For 8 months, Stern survives alone in the wastes until one night she receives a vision from Silas bearing bad news. The demon had managed to escape, and now Chaos knew she was alive. Worse, it knew what knowledge she carried, and it would stop at nothing to silence her. Determined to preserve what she had learned, Stern begins transcribing her inherited knowledge from the Screaming Cage into what becomes known as the Stern Codex, an encrypted thesis on the nature of Slaanesh, bound in steel and baptized in her own blood to counteract its inherent heresy. Although the knowledge is still in her head, this book will serve as a backup if she is slain. Help finally does arrive in the form of the Black Templars, who have been sent to investigate the fate of the Hammer of Thor and locate both her and Inquisitor Silas. Among them is Septimus Grin, another Inquisitor disguised as Brother Gideon, embedded within the Templars to root out corruption. When they find Stern, she initially believes she is safe, back among allies, but that illusion shatters quickly. A thrall aboard the ship identifies her as the alien infidel, the Thriceborn, the heretic prophesies to corrupt the Golden Throne and bring ruin to countless worlds. Confused, she tries to protest, only for Captain Malachi to strike her down and beat her nearly unconscious. Grin objects,
God.
but the captain reminds him to know his place. The brutality only comes to an end when a high-ranking cardinal of the ecclesiarchy steps in. Stern, shaken but pragmatic, places her trust in him and recounts everything that has happened. But what follows is a rapid series of revelations that leave both Stern and the reader reeling. You see, the cardinal is corrupted. When he tries to grab the Stern Codex from her, it burns him, not because it is heretical, but because it is holy, repelling chaos. Now, the Inquisition and Inquisitor Grin had no idea who Stern was. She wasn't really important in this, but they had suspected the Cardinal of heresy, hence why he has disguised himself as a member of the Black Templars. Worse, not only is the Cardinal compromised, but so is Captain Malachi and most of the Templars aboard. Now surrounded by enemies, Grin reveals his true identity to her, saying that he is her ally, and together they fight back. The Inquisitor battles against the Captain while Stern faces off against the Cardinal, discovering that she can now unleash blasts of energy, something she had never been able to do before. Despite the accusations of witchcraft, she is no psyker. The Cardinal, now fully unmasked, transforms into a massive, ever-growing demon. With no other option, Stern and Grin escape using a teleporter, jumping to the Inquisitor's ship that isn't that far away, after which his ship turns its guns on the corrupted one and detonates it. With the mission a success, the Inquisitorial team must now decide what to do with Stern. She has proven her loyalty, but her psychic powers mark her as a witch. They arrange a rendezvous.
So it's different than a psyker? Just a witch? I don't know. Hey, Ev, how are you?
Rendezvous on the shrine world of Gathalamor, summoning both Stern's sisters from Ophelia 7 and the demon hunters of Ordo Malleus. For the first time, things seem like they're going Stern's way, until later on, she has another vision from Silas that shatters that hope. The Ordo Malleus was laying a trap. It didn't matter who vouched for her, whether her sisters or the crew aboard this particular vessel believed she was innocent. The Ordo Malleus didn't understand her. They didn't know what she was, and they feared that which they did not understand. They weren't sure if they would be able to control her, and that uncertainty made her dangerous. They would capture her, they would torture her, and ultimately, they would kill her. Her fate had already been decided. The story jumps forward a little bit and over to Gathalamor, where representatives from Ophelia 7 and Ordo Malleus are clashing over Stern's fate.
You're doing well, glad to hear. Witch is more like a description of a psyker. But she's not a psyker, they said. She doesn't have psychic ability. That's how she's able to, like, stay being a sister, right? It's complicated semantics. You know what? That's fair enough.
Malleus refuses to give her a trial. She is a heretic, and the Inquisition would be taking her into custody. The sisters protest, but the Inquisitors remind them that they were harboring a witch. If they push further, the Ordo Malleus may respond with a full-scale witch hunt against the Adeptus Ridiculous. Unwilling to risk thousands of lives, the sisters make a painful decision. Ephriel Stern is dead to them. Now, back aboard the ship, Gideon and Stern prepare to teleport to Gathalamor's surface. Stern hesitates, knowing what awaits her, but she steels herself. The moment after they depart, the teleportarium flares back to life, and Ordo Malleus springs their trap. While she is teleporting, a squad of Grey Knights arrives in her place to purge everyone aboard this vessel who aided her so far. Instead of arriving instantly, another strange event occurs, where Stern finds herself trapped in a void with Silas. He reveals that this is a pivotal moment in her life, and she has multiple paths in front of her. One of those paths leads to her immediate execution, another to endless torture. But the third, the path of the demonifuge, is uncertain, full of sacrifice and unimaginable horror. To survive, she would have to find someone known as the Pariah and deliver her codex to the Guardians of the Black Library. Then, the vision fades. She materializes, surrounded by Grey Knights and members of Ordo Malleus with weapons trained on her. Grin is gunned down, but Stern unleashes her abilities and barely manages to escape. One of the Inquisitors, who is now mortally wounded, condemns her with his final breath, labeling her an abomination, heresy made flesh. There would be no more attempts to capture or study her. From now on, she was to be killed on sight. Stern, now a fugitive, moves through the crowds, keeping her face hidden. The words renegade, heretic, outcast echoing in her mind. At one point, she's attacked by a group of gangers, but dispatches them with ease. After this, she's taken in by a group of outcasts, their leader telling her that he has seen her in visions. The Emperor had guided her here, but her fate lied elsewhere. He tells her that she has to find the Weeping One, the Pariah, but before he can say any more, their hideout is raided. Once again, she is forced to fight for her life.
If you're interested, one of the best stories related to the Battle Sisters is Morven Vall's Spirit of Faith novels. Okay. All 40k lore is complicated. Better to think everything is propaganda than to trust something. There's a mini of Stern. Oh, really? There's a Stern mini? Dude, I want to be as cool as her. I want to be as cool as her.
Once again, she manages to slip away and then disguises herself as a pilgrim to board a shuttle to a distant shrine world. But before she reaches safety, the ship ends up getting attacked by the Dark Eldar. Captured and enslaved, she is taken to Camorra, where she will be forced to fight within the witch cult arenas under Lord Anhor. There's a time jump here, and we're told that Stern has spent years fighting as a gladiator, keeping her abilities hidden, knowing that the Drukhari's hatred of Psykers would mean instant death for her. Despite her suffering, she survives, guided by visions that insist this is where she is meant to be. One day, she ends up getting ambushed by a group of mandrakes, seeking vengeance for a perceived slight against their employer during one of her recent victories. However, she ends up getting saved by a Harlequin warrior named Mensha Luet Kaganel, the Knight of Shadows, the pariah she has been seeking. He already knows her story. This meeting was destined. He tells her the road ahead is full of horrors, but she's no longer alone. It is his destiny to be her guardian, to lead her through the webway to Sanctuary in the Black Library. An extended chase scene through Camorra follows, as Stern and Kaganel fight off pursuing Dark Eldar. They finally manage to escape when Kaganel opens a portal to the webway. But someone else is watching them, Azik Araman, the sorcerer of the Thousand Suns who seeks the location of the library for himself. In the webway, Kaganel reveals his past to her, saying that he was once a Harlequin, but he has since become an exile, a pariah. Perhaps by aiding Stern, he will be able to find some form of redemption with them. They are alike, both betrayed by those they trusted. He warns her that the Thriceborn, her final resurrection, is coming, though he cannot say what form it will take. Their goal is clear, the Black Library, the Eldari's sacred repository of chaos knowledge, gathered over millions of years. Everything Stern knows must be preserved there. But getting there would not be easy. They must first stop at several different craft worlds. As Kaganel opens a portal to their first destination, Stern senses that something is wrong. They arrive not on a craft world at all, but aboard a Chaos Space Marine battle barge. Subdued by Rubric Marines, they come face to face with Araman. The Harlequin, he declares, will be tortured until he reveals the Black Library's location. And as for Stern, though less important, she remained an intriguing curiosity to him. After he managed to find the library, his enemies within Chaos itself would surely move against him. She was a weapon against Chaos, and he intended to use her.
Damn. They left us off on a cliffhanger on book 2? That's kind of rude. They fight one of the most terrifying, is it Night Lords in that novel? It's a 2-person unit that has the Harlequin Pariah? Really? Wait, I want to Google it now. Hold on, I'm looking it up. F-Rail Stern Mini. Demonifuge and is it Keeganel? Keeganel? Oh wait, these minis are kind of cool. They're kind of cool looking, no? I feel like they're pretty cool looking. With like the bricks and stuff that she's like slamming down on. I don't know. I feel like that's a really cool set actually. Wow. Okay, sorry. The only Imperial unit to have a non-human or abhuman. What do you like the part? What do you mean, Jericho?
Book 3 opens with a bit of a time jump. Apparently, Stern managed to escape from Ahriman and 15 years have passed. In that time, she has moved from world to world, single-handedly purging chaos. Wherever corruption spread, the Demonifuge was there to cleanse it. Her deeds eventually reached the High Lords of Terra, who summoned her to the Imperial Palace, claiming that she had been forgiven and would be honored. Believing that such a holy place could never be defiled by deception, she goes willingly, only to walk right into a trap. The Ordo Malleus, seeking revenge for their fallen, guns her down. As she lays dying, the Pariah appears, urging her with her dying breath to pass on her secrets before they are lost forever. Sensing deception, she unleashes a powerful blast of energy, revealing the truth. The scene shifts back to Ahriman's ship. Stern has been trapped in a simulation, her mind plugged into a machine designed to extract her secrets. Meanwhile, the Inquisition and the Grey Knights who have been attempting to track down Ahriman are closing in. As the Grey Knights teleport aboard, chaos erupts. Stern, sedated and weakened, breaks free but cannot fight back. Ahriman uses this opportunity to seize her, pressing a gun to her head. He demands the Grey Knights back off. At first, the Grey Knights are kind of indifferent. They don't know who she is and don't really care, until one of them recognizes her as a high-priority target wanted alive. In a moment of clarity, Stern realizes that she's been reduced to an object, sought after by all factions, loyalist and traitor alike. To Chaos, the Imperium, and even her supposed allies, she was nothing more than a weapon, an asset to be exploited. Accepting her fate, she swipes a dagger from Ahriman's side and plunges it into her own chest. Ahriman, having lost his leverage, flees in a shuttle. The Grey Knights recover Stern's body and also depart. Knowing he is outmatched, the Pariah silently slips away, opens a webway portal, and vanishes, certain this will not be their final encounter. The Grey Knights then deploy to Janaki, which is under siege by the forces of Nurgle. It's here they meet with the Order of Panacea, a sororitas convent developing vaccines against the plagues.
Being turned into an object is okay only in sexy roleplay. Yeah. True.
Now, seeing as Stern had been wanted alive, and the Grey Knights have no real need for a corpse, they entrust her remains to the sisters for burial. Though she had fallen from grace, this convent is not aware of this, and thus she will be honored with their sacred burial rites. Now, a little while after this, we're introduced to a new hunter, Phasael, an Inquisitor of Ordo Malleus, once the apprentice of Inquisitor Silas Hand. Phasael has spent years searching for his mentor, or failing that, his killer. Through tireless research, he uncovers a Grey Knight report detailing Stern's corpse and its burial site. Determined to uncover the truth, he travels to Janaki and forces the sister to exhume her grave, only to find it empty. He doesn't know who this woman really is, but considering that his master had suspected her of witchcraft, disappeared after encountering her, and now she has seemingly resurrected from the dead, he's absolutely convinced she is a dangerous heretic, an abomination responsible for his master's fate. Whatever dark gods were protecting her, they would not shield her from his vengeance. He swears to bring the Emperor's justice upon her. He will suffer not the witch to live. Another time jump occurs, and we find ourselves deep within the planet's jungles, where Astra Militarum regiments are struggling to push back hordes of Nurgle demons. However, the real threat isn't just the enemy. It's the plagues infesting the land, wiping out entire squads. Rumors spread of a mysterious woman in white who appears out of nowhere, performing miracles. She heals the afflicted and aids them in purging the unclean, only to vanish without a trace once the fighting ends. The Inquisitor, following these whispers, interrogates commanders in the Janaki Delta. One tries to withhold information from him, which proves to be a grave mistake, as lying to an Inquisitor is punishable by death. Tracking her last known location, he finds her healing a soldier, who he immediately executes. Before he can turn his gun on her, the Pariah opens a portal and tries to pull her to safety. But something is wrong. Stern is incoherent, mumbling, not herself. The Inquisitor seizes the moment, destroying the webway.
Oh my god, Yuki! Just lay down! Just lay down! There you go. There you go. What?
Key maintaining the portal, the Pariah falls through, leaving the Inquisitor with undeniable proof of her collaboration with Xenos. Before he can finish her off, they are ambushed by a demon horde. Still dazed, Stern reacts on instinct, unleashing a burst of energy that disintegrates the attackers. The pariah seizes her by the wrist and drags her to safety as the Inquisitor and his forces pursue. Stern's mind is a haze. Just like before, Resurrection has left her with amnesia. Slowly, she manages to piece it together. She died, awoke in a coffin, and refused to rest. It's then that she remembers her purpose and turns to the pariah. She declares that the Thriceborn, the weapon of light, the scourge of chaos, the demonifuge, was done running. When the Inquisitor catches up, she warns him to stand down. This wouldn't end well for him. In response, he calls to his ship and summons their, quote, mutual friend. Before them materializes the ultimate weapon against psychers, the Bane of Witches, a Calexis assassin, who declares that he will devour her soul. And fun fact, this is where the series officially ended, on a massive cliffhanger.
What the hell?
The reason for its cancellation remains unclear, but years later, a short 7-page spread was released online for free, providing a quick resolution. These pages would, however, subsequently be pulled down, and for years, new fans of the comic had no idea how the story actually ended. Even to this day, unless you have a copy of the 20th anniversary edition, there's no actual way that I'm aware of to legally read the ending for yourself, which is ridiculous.
That's
don't
crazy.
Worry, I spent way too much money and bought a copy for myself off eBay, so if you're one of those people that have for decades been wondering how the story ended, I've got you covered.
That's so fucked up. What the fuck? Why? Why is this company full of stupids? Endings of all kinds. Welcome to 40K. That's so annoying. Why would you put it up and then take it down? What the fuck? Did I see the animation of the Sister of Silence chasing down the Psyker? No, I don't think so. Unless they've showed it in this video, but I don't think so. Extra dumb? That's ridiculous. They made a conclusion and they took it down? Fuck. They weren't happy with her lore? Oh, I see. Do you know what it's called, Melchior? I could look it up after this. It's new? Oh. Huh. I mean, if they're not happy with the ending, that's fine. But don't take it down until you get, like, a new ending. I don't know. Shit.
Battle between Stern and the Calexis assassin
Better to have an unhappy ending than a cliffhanger.
is brief. At first, she is completely helpless. The assassin is faster, stronger, and deadlier. Not to mention, he is a psychic blank, meaning she cannot use her powers against him. As it moves in for the kill, a thought echoes in her mind. Even the thirstiest man cannot swallow entire oceans. She unleashes her full power, obliterating the assassin, which seems to be an impossible feat. The Inquisitor opens fire, but Stern now controls her abilities with ease. The energy is a living force within her. Before she can finish the fight, Kaganel intervenes, reminding her of his promise. Answers await. Stern spares the Inquisitor, warning that he will not be given a second chance. Before stepping through a portal to continue their journey to the Black Library, she delivers the truth. Silas Hand died fighting the great enemy, and this Inquisitor's bitterness only dishonored his memory. As she and the pariah vanish, the Inquisitor vows once again to hunt her down and deliver the Emperor's justice.
Damn.
And this is officially where the story of Demonifuge came to a close. But like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, it's only halfway through the story of Ephriel Stern. 20 years later in real life and over a century later in universe, Stern would reappear in the modern setting over an Imperium nihilist, single-handedly defending isolated worlds from demonic incursions. She would later return to the wounded Imperium, reunite with her sisterhood, and aid in humanity's fight against the Necrons and the Pariah Nexus. Throughout her comic book run, we would see her character evolve from someone who didn't really understand her powers and could barely control them, normally having them go off on their own with no structure or conscious thought in moments of extreme peril, to somebody who is able to overwhelm and obliterate not just any regular old psychic blank, but a freaking Calexis assassin, which are some of the most powerful blanks that exist. Now, although the text doesn't explicitly spell it out for us, there are several hints throughout this story at what's actually happening with her, that she is becoming a conduit for the raw holy power of the Emperor. Now, at the time that
shit.
these comics were written, 40K's lore wasn't quite what it is today. The concept of the living saints and the distinction between psychic and faith-based abilities was being explored at this time, but it hadn't really solidified yet. That would come later in 2003 with the 3rd edition Witch Hunters Codex, and is something that even up until today has remained kind of vague and mysterious, its lore being expanded upon as recently as the Siege of Terra novels from a couple of years ago. It's also important to remember that this comic was abruptly cut short and never finished. Those last couple of pages that we got at the end there were just done very quickly to wrap things up and kind of appease people who were pissed. As far as I can tell, what Stern actually is a blending of psychic and holy abilities, neither fully one nor the other. Something that, pun not intended, is wholly unique and incredibly powerful. Now, if you'll allow me to go full gamer brain for a moment here.
Hey Slime, how are you? That's what they didn't like. At that moment, she was a psyker and was in total contrast with what the sisters are supposed to be. Faith powers, warpy stuff isn't technically psychic and are related to humans connected to the Emperor's wonky, and they don't seem to have a solid opinion on it. Yeah, because it seemed like she definitely wasn't a psyker. But they've almost contradicted themselves. I don't know. Tice, but it's only on Warhammer TV. Oh yeah, I don't have Warhammer TV, so. The conduit of faith is a new thing. Yeah, I mean that's what he said, right? It like the idea of faith powers being different than psyker powers. Oh no. I'm trying to let you be up here, dude. There you go. That's a good boy. Warhammer TV on the throne. Wait, Yuki like skipped ahead, I think. Or he went behind.
Sworn heretic with no one to turn to. See, she figure in power armor the origin idea, or is she a relic from a and faith, or is it better to keep it vague and mysterious?
Oh no, Yuki pressed the button. Okay, I found it.
Neither fully one nor the other. Something that, pun not intended, is wholly unique and incredibly powerful. Now, if you'll allow me to go full gamer brain for a moment here, she's definitely an OP character, which normally I'm not a huge fan of that particular archetype, but in my opinion, the authors managed to dodge the Mary Sue trap with her by making her story not really about how powerful she is. Her story's about endurance, doubt, painful transformations, and the power of faith. It's about survival in the face of a galaxy that you no longer understand, where all of the systems and trappings that you've been embedded in your entire life actively reject you. Her powers did not make her life easier. They isolated her.
Yeah.
They turned her into a pariah, hated by those she was sworn to protect. She went from being a respected sister superior within the sororitas to a heretic with no one to turn to, an abomination hunted across the galaxy by friend and foe alike. Every time things seem to be going right for her for a change, tragedy, treachery, and betrayal are always right around the corner, oftentimes due to her own naive adherence to authority. The resistance she faces, both external and internal, end up grounding her as a character, a tragic figure in power armor that remains compelling to read about. But what do you think of all this? After having heard the origin story of the Demonifuge from the 90s, do you think bringing her into the modern setting was a good idea, or is she a relic from a different time that probably should have been left behind? What's your take on the difference between psychic and faith-based powers? Do you think they should be developed even further into two totally separate things, or is it better to keep it vague and mysterious? Let me know all of your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, and ideas for future videos down in the comment section below. Part 2, where we're going to dive into her return, should be up later this week. If you're watching this in the future, it'll be linked here in the end screen and in the description down below. Big thanks to everyone who supports all the work that I do, and I will catch you all in the next one.
I feel like she's pretty cool. And the faith-based powers. Oh yeah, this was just 2 months ago. I didn't realize. Oh, there's a part 2? Should I watch the part 2? But I'm a woman? What do you mean I'm a woman? Faith powers seem like the boons of chaos, but from the Emperor and set. Something like that. Deep down, psychic and faith powers come from the same place. But faith is like the antithesis of the warp, no?
Sister Superior Ephriel Stern is...
Oh, this is too long to commit to. This is too long to commit to. I just should have watched this one, I guess. Not at all. Not quite. The warp is all sentient emotion and thought. Faith powers the warp. I see what you're saying. Well, then how does like Faith and Big E and the Sisters of Battle, how are they not chaos then? Like, how is everything not chaos? Oh, sorry. How is everything not chaos? Now I'm confused. Believing in a thing creates it in the warp. Faith powers it. Huh. Faith is more like the essence of the warp. No, I haven't watched about Saint Celestine. We like she came up in a video we've seen, but I haven't watched a specific video about her, no. The average game workshop buyer isn't very interested in the Sister of Battles being cool and doing their stuff. Well, how can you not be interested? They're so cool. Spoiler, it's the same thing. People think the blind faith in the Emperor might see him reborn as a chaos god. Oh, that's an interesting theory. War in Heaven just created so much turbulence that most of the warp is chaotic. That's so... so interesting. Chaos is just a portion of the warp. There are beings that don't follow chaos. Okay. Are we mixing Sister of Battle with Sisters of Silence? I'd be down. I'm still building the Sister of Battle minis, and I need to get paint. I got gifted paint brushes, so I need to look for paint, but I still have like 6 more Battle Sisters to build. I wish the Sisters of Silence like models were cooler, or they had some new ones, but I think they would still be a fun build. Plus Glitch Stars is bigger, so I could have that as like, oh my god, I can't stop yawning. I can have that for like after the Battle Sisters. It's only 7, but I'm not sleeping well because of the heat, and I went to the gym and stuff, so, and I'm trying to like not drink as much caffeine, so I think I'm just a bit tired. Before the War in Heaven, the warp was like a purgatory where souls win. It wasn't good or bad. And chaos is just like a portion of the warp. Okay, I understand. That makes sense. All the endless war, religion, suffering, but so much energy. The power. Oh. Okay. Well, I know it's like a little early to end by a little bit, but I think the other video I was gonna watch, the one about Nemu VT, maybe we'll just watch it this weekend or something. I'm tiny, making me big. Now I feel better. I'm big again. Not early by me. Fair enough. There's the well of eternity that no chaos gods go to. There's like so much still that I don't understand. I am but a grasshopper. Slowly trying to learn more and more about all of this stuff.
is unforgettable. She's a scream queen that can scare the soul. Guides all wandering souls back home. Give
A belly button? Yeah, I have a belly button. I mean, we all have belly buttons, but you can see my belly button in this outfit. I'm just thinking about okay. Warhammer ain't my thing, but I'm having fun listening along. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't think Warhammer would be my thing either, which is why I never checked it out. I didn't think I'd be interested in it, but it turns out I am interested in it. I don't know. I like the deep storytelling, and then like we can, I don't know, hypothesize about so many different things together. It's just interesting. Can we kiss the belly button? Yeah, but I'm kind of ticklish, so if I like accidentally smack you and giggle, sorry. I'm just seeing like who for me. Oh my god. I don't know what I just heard. Impure thought? Impure thought? What could possibly be impure about the belly buttons? Belly buttons are so pure and I don't know. They're just a little guy. I actually don't know who to rate today. This is crazy. Okay, let me look through the list one more time. Oh, and my schedule. What am I doing tomorrow? Tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll be live after work. I know we were a little early today because I worked from home today. I think tomorrow after work I'll do some miniature building. So I'll continue to build the Battle Sisters. Wait, I didn't put Nikkei on here? That's weird. Okay, well, I'll see, because actually my webcam has been acting up. So if my webcam is working, then we'll do the building. And if it's not working, then we'll do the Nikkei, because I just realized I probably should have tried to troubleshoot that today, because it has not been working. So I'll see if it works, and if it's not, then I'll have to do something else. Salty News, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Ghosty gang. Let me mute my browser for a minute. I should rate the location of Off Guy. I don't know where anybody's staying. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Milk Charming. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know where anyone's staying in Off Guy, actually. I don't know anything about anybody. Let's see. The thing is, not as clumsy. The ghosty girl who goes to game. What she doing? What she playing? Everybody playing cool. It's the coolest of the ghouls. Okay, you know what? I feel like I never leave her on anymore. So actually raid off. The follow notif. Yeah, I know it was small. I'm adjusting the sizing of stuff right now. Scream queen that can scare the soul. Because he means rivals, which I inherently disagree with rivals, but I'm gonna read her anyway. As long as we know how to use it, as long as we know how to use what? Oh my god. I'm gonna need this thing to stop working. Hello, Tito Nuts. We're about to head out. I hope you have a good day, though.
Just a normal day or so we thought. Suddenly lost control, now you're caught. What is going on? Well, can't you see? You're under the control.
Alright, they don't stream on YouTube, so unfortunately, I can't raid out on YouTube, but if you're on Twitch, you can go to my Twitch channel and and see them on Twitch. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a good night and day wherever you are. Please take care of yourself and plenty of water. Tomorrow we'll either be building more of the Warhammer minis or playing through Nikkei, depending on if my camera wants to work. I don't know why it's not been working. I tried it yesterday and today, but maybe like restarting the computer to work. I don't know. Bye, name. Yeah, so just depending on whatever ends up working. And then the other one, I'll probably either do on Sunday or I might just do a little bit of React. But maybe not Warhammer, I don't know. Thanks, thank you, Winky. Goodbye. I will see you guys tomorrow for one of the two. Yeah, that's it. Oyasumi mata ne. Bye, guys. Ah!
Just a normal day or so we thought. Suddenly lost control, now you're caught. What is going on? Well, can't you see? You're under the control of Riri, the friendly neighborhood ghost here to check in on all the lovely souls under her possession, hoping to give